Some running backs that are on benches in the NFL are fantasy football sleeping giant monsters that can win single-handedly fantasy football leagues. We've seen it before. We've done it before. We will do it again. Garendo and Mason. Who are the Garendo and Mason of 2025? We'll break it down. And we'll break it down the fantasy football show style here on the Graveyard Show. We'll also draft and we'll discuss other things. I'll talk about the Patreon League, how to get into that, what that looks like. And let's get straight into it. Charbonnet, Gordon, Tank Bigsby. Let's break down the handcuff board, which I have changed and adjusted, and there's still some tweaking that needs to be done. This is not about the starter. As you can see, I've even changed the name to the player that's in the topic of the conversation, right? So Gordon, it's not about Achane. It's Sharp. It's not about Walker. This is the other list. This is kind of the top dog list. Now, I'll move it around. I might even potentially miss something, and we can kick that around if you guys think anybody needs to be added. Not everybody's going to be on this board. Somebody's going to go, what about JT and Giddens? And not everybody can make it. Otherwise, it just becomes a cluster. And we tried to do that last year, and it just one player over another. Whereas Mason's not a cuff. Whereas Monty's not a cuff. These are standalone players you're drafting for your flex spot. There are no Mason and Monty handcuffs. Other players like that, don't apply. You can bring them up, and I'll tell you why they're not on the board. The Fantasy Football Show Graveyard Edition. We'll draft tonight. Code Smitty. Make sure you hit the link that's in the live chat pinned if you want to be a part of the draft. $10 minimum. They'll match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000. That show, ladies and gentlemen, will kick off here right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
The one thing that needs to be changed here is Garendo is no longer the backup. And Shanahan made that point abundantly clear yesterday. So this is going to be B-Rob Jr. So let me change that. B-Rob Jr., boom, goes right there. And, Shipley, Dobbins, Hunter, B-Rob, we got some, maneuvering to do potentially. I haven't worked too much on this other list. I need to bump that around. But B-Rob Jr. is now the backup, the cuff. Shanahan was asked, why did you bring him in? And he said to be the number 2 running back. So that's not good news for Garendo and Grendonites. It sucks. It is what it is. I do believe Garendo is by far and away. We got 5 gifted memberships from let's see here, who Tater dropped this one. We got super chats that just came in. We got a $20 holler. I'm going to get to that $20 holler in 1 second. Thank you, Tater, for dropping that. It's a shame, and I'm not saying Garendo doesn't recapture his glory somehow. He's the better running back by a country mile, and knowing knowing that we've got a player like B-Rob going into a injury, disaster zone, he'll probably get hurt. He'll probably get hurt, and then Garendo gets another shot. But right now, Garendo's not the backup. He's just not. It just sucks. It is what it is. Hunter's probably the backup over Quorum, but that's kind of, we're deciding what is it. Is it before week 5, 10, 8 that you're needing this handcuff, or after week 8? And so my assumption is that Hunter will take the job by the time he's ever called upon, or if he ever is. The real story up here is talking about this guy, Charbonnet. Charbonnet is the biggest league winner in fantasy football 2025. We got another 10 gifted memberships from Amari. Thank you, my boy, for dropping the 10 gifted memberships. Appreciate you. Charbonnet is by far and away the biggest league winner on this board. He's proven. He's done it. He's been the guy. Bigsby, Tootin, we don't know which one is going to be a league winner, but one of them will be. And if we knew right now that it was one or the other, then we could probably put them number 1. But Sharps is proven. Sharps might be taking over the starting role before week 1 even kicks off, the way that it's looking. Ollie Gordon is a league winner. could easily be number one if we felt a little bit more confident about his role being cemented in, but our eyeballs tell us that he's got the job. Keaton Mitchell's a league winner. Benson could go to the top spot. It's just Connor right now is the starter. Brashard Smith, same thing. Pacheco's the starter. Pacheco looks pissed. He doesn't like this show. He doesn't like the fact that we're doing the cuff board. Brashard Smith is actually ecstatic about it. These are all unbelievable players. This cuff board feels remarkably stronger than last year's. Last year's we didn't even have a lot of injuries last year. But this cuff board looks phenomenal because these guys, some of them, Bigsby, Tootin, Gordon, Charbonnet, Brashard Smith, can impact even without injuries. But these are the top dogs. These are the top dogs. Already addressed the Jordan Mason situation, so you might need to start the show over. We could throw guys like Spears on. I don't mind doing that. We could probably fit, one other player on here. Spears, if you have a list of players that you want to potentially nominate to be on the board, but not everybody's going to fit on the board. If we put one on, somebody's going to get knocked off probably. I might be able to fit one more on. I'm not going to keep putting every single potential option. If you didn't make this board, you're probably not likely to be a league winner yet. You might be positioning for it later. Spears probably deserves to be on here. We'll put Spears on here. And then we'll go from there. But right now, this is your board. These are your league winners. These are your home run hitting running backs, and these are guys you stand alone grab. You don't need to grab these players in order to. Braylon Allen should be on here. He's right here. He's right here, bro. Pay attention. Pay attention. Take a look at the board before you call out a name. They're on the board. Bigsby over Ollie Gordon. Why? Because right now he's the deemed starter. In my eyes, he's all camp long. He's the offense is run through him. ETN's been used, I believe, as potential a trade maneuver. ETN, and we're going to go over that in a second right here. Here's the latest on ETN. Let me see if I got the volume's a little loud here. Let me lower this down here. Is the volume of the music good right there? Can you guys hear it though? But it's not too loud. Hopefully that's good. We've got these pieces of news that we must discuss. Marvin Mims, Cortland Sutton says Marvin Mims is the number 2 wide receiver. That is music to my ears because he wasn't used until the final 6 weeks of the season. Final 6 weeks.
Mashed potatoes!
Mims was a monster once he was used. We calculated wide receiver 7 overall once he got in there on his horse and started doing work. So that's a great player. That's a great player. Monangai could be listed. We could put him on there, but again, we're splitting hairs. Woody Marks might be the starter. So, we could talk about Woody Marks. What we could probably do on the cuff board is the players that are in question, like people are going to have confusing questions about, will be Monty. We'll put Monty here. We'll put Woody Marks here. Marks might be the starter in a sense. We'll be putting players here with like X's or lines through them so you guys understand and we don't have to keep answering the Jordan Mason question over and over and over because I've already addressed it. Back over to where were we? News. Before we get into the ETN situation, I'm just going over Marvin Mims. Marvin Mims, great news. Fantastic news. Here's the second piece of news. Travis Etienne, this is the news of the hour. According to Sports Illustrated's John Shipley, he believes that the Jaguars will look to unload either Etienne or Tank Bigsby. Now, I don't think they're unloading Tank Bigsby for contract reasons. But anything's possible. That might be the only player that people want. Maybe nobody wants Etienne. Etienne would be easier to move from a contract standpoint for the Jaguars. Maybe it doesn't make sense for teams like the Chicago Bears. Now, I believe that, eventually Tootin's starting games. He just is. No matter how much I love Tank Bigsby, no matter how much you want to believe in Etienne's revival, this is Rachaad White, Tank Bigsby, and Tootin are the candidates to become Bucky. And I don't want to hear that this doesn't translate. It absolutely does. Bucky and Tootin are very, very Tank Bigsby and Tootin are very Bucky-esque in terms of their skill set. I'm not saying they're as good, but they're very, very much that type of player. Etienne's very much a Rashad White type player. Etienne could get moved. You know, Etienne could get moved, and it's so possible that he ends up in a Houston Texans or Chicago Bears situation. But I could also close my eyes and picture Tank Bigsby in Chicago. I can just see it, and doesn't mean it'll happen. And if I'm the Jaguars, I don't let it happen. If I'm the Jaguars, I say, let's let Tootin and Bigsby run the show. Let's trade Travis Etienne. We've heard from the beginning of the offseason he's fell out of favor. You know, they just don't. It's not the regime didn't necessarily want him. The regime that's in, you know, it was incoming this offseason didn't really feel that he was the best fit for him. But you know, they used him in the the last preseason game exclusive with the starters. Tootin's actually never taken the field with T. Law in the preseason, so that's an interesting note. Tootin's further behind than I think people realize in terms of getting the starting gig. Tootin does not walk into week one with starter upside. He hasn't even played with T. Law. So definitely need to make sure you tread lightly on the expectation of Tootin early on, but Tootin can be a league winner once he gets into the lineup, and it will happen at some point. Bigsby is very much one of the better running backs in the league according to certain metrics, not overall, but in terms of forced missed tackles, in terms of yards after contact, Bigsby does trend in the direction of some of the better running backs in the league. Now, whether that translates and he can stay healthy and be an every down back for a whole season or multiple seasons is to be determined, but this is still a guy that on paper looks fantastic. So Bigsby and Tootin are league winners. Etienne's probably going to get divided off and sent elsewhere and be his own running back somewhere else, or be in a crowded running back room somewhere else. That could be Chicago, and Chicago's okay for Etienne, but it's not necessarily ideal because they already have Swift and they're kind of similar in some ways. And that's why I don't think that necessarily that's a landing spot for him. I think the Texans could look into it. You know, many have believed that the Washington Commanders could be a team looking for an RB, but now McCroskey, Merritt, and Rodriguez looking like the duo, the 1-2 punch duo that the team's been wanting. Ramirez, we call him Ramirez around here, okay? It's Rodriguez, aka Ramirez. Call him Ram. Can we just call him Ram? And everyone's gonna. Why does Smitty call Rodriguez Ram? just call him Ram. Ram. This is gonna be interesting how the Jacksonville Jaguar situation actually plays out at the running back position, but what it could potentially breed into for another team. Ollie Gordon is such a unique player, though, because he can be the Mostert of the past. Ram. Get him out there. Ramrod. Why is he called Rodriguez Ramrod? I don't get it. I don't see how it ties into. It's not even the same letters. What are we doing? It's got an R, but that's it. What's he doing back there? Yeah, and Sampson's another guy that doesn't necessarily apply either. Like I can massage these potential takes into the equation if I wanted to. Sampson, Manungai, Woody Marks, and you know we can move that around. Keep tossing out the names, and we'll put them potentially in here. But and actually, let me just throw them on screen right here, just so we have them to discuss. Let me see if I can. Oh boy. See if I can pull this name out here, and we'll put that right here. All right, so we'll put Woody Marks. You know, I could just throw these guys in a pile if that makes it easier. Marks. So Marks is here right now. We're not putting Monty or Mason because they're not. Mason's not a cuff. So Marks, Manungai. Manungai is definitely a guy that should be discussed, I believe. Yeah. Manungai. Is that how you say it? I think that's it. Manungai. If I'm wrong, I'll check the spelling in a minute. Sean Tucker. Yeah, where's Tucker? Oh God. Yeah, Tucker was first on this list. I must have bumped him. He's number one. He's the number one after Smith. Good catch. Thank you. So Tucker, let's see here. I don't know why Tucker wasn't on there. No, Tucker's my number 7. Thank you. Good catch. Right there. Number 7. He's my number 7 by far. Good catch. This is why I brought it live, because I know you guys would toss out some names and options that would make sense. All right, we got Woody Marks, Mostert, no thanks. Giddens, yeah, Giddens deserves to be in this like grab bag over here, so we'll put Giddens up here. Maybe the guys will pile up over here that are not necessarily deserving of being in the cluster, but we'll put them over here. So Giddens, Dowdle, no thank you. Some of you guys are reaching a little too far. Dowdle, okay. Spears, we said Spears. Okay, Spears. And then we'll talk about it on the phone line too, what players are missing. But again, no Monty, no Mason. I don't want to keep hearing those names. They're not cuffs. Those are not cuffs. Monty's getting drafted to play a flex role, or he's not a stash of any kind. Whereas all these guys are kind of, you could say Charbonnet is and isn't, but the fact remains, Charbonnet right now, no one's guaranteeing to start him. They're hopeful, they're predicting, but he might not start week 1. Probably will get some work and maybe even starts. We don't know, but that's up in the air right now. Spears, Dylan Sampson. The thing about Dylan Sampson though, bro, is he's kind of the co-starter. But we'll put Sampson here for now because it's confusing enough that it probably does need to be on the board. So I'll give you that while we went live. That's why we're doing it live. I don't know. Taj Brooks right here. Stevenson. Najee. Dobbins. Hunter. Allen. Should I drop Dylan Sampson or Tootin for Brashard? Well, I mean, what does the board tell you? You know what I mean? I didn't make this, Landon. No, I'm not trying to put you on blast here, but I didn't make this board for a reason. I made it for a reason. I didn't make it for nothing. Now, dynasty implications are a little bit different, but not really. I mean, at the end of the day, I think they're both following the same kind of trajectory upward at the same rate. Hey, Smitty, do you like Benson better than Sharps? Hey, Smitty, I got a question for you. I know you got the board up, but I just want to know. I just want to hear you say it. Should I drop Tyler Algier for Gordon? I'm asking for a friend. Should I drop Ramirez, Ram, for Rodriguez? We should put Ramirez on here and Rodriguez, honestly. All right, let's go back to the news real quickly. We're going to open up the phone line in just a second. Travis Etienne could potentially be on the move, but Bigsby could be shipped as well, according to this Sports Illustrated reporter. I don't think he will. The last piece of news here, which is kind of like, I don't know how much of this is going to be just, it's here's a fear factor, a threat of sorts to Jennings from the 49ers saying, hey, stop this now or you're going on the list, pal. San Francisco Standard is reporting that Juwan Jennings' lingering calf injury and long contract stalemate with the 49ers could send him to the injured reserve list this week. Now, this is different than the PUP, which would have him out for 4 weeks. So understand that there is a difference. But this is kind of a threat to Jennings saying, you think that we're just going to let you walk on the field and play football when you want to, just like McLaurin? I don't think so. So this is kind of crazy. I didn't miss your super chat yet, bro. I haven't got to them yet. I'm going to be going through them in a second. Thank you for your super chat, though. So Jennings is being kind of told by the Niners, you don't control this situation, and you have not earned. We've already given you a pay raise. You accepted it. You accepted the increase in value. Wasn't that last year? I think it was last year that he got a bump, and he said that's fine. That number's fine. And now he wants more money, and the Niners are like, no, we're not doing that. McLaurin might be able to walk onto the field. No problem. 4476. I'm just telling you, I'm not there yet. I'm gonna get there. I promise. So this is good for Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall continues to go up in value. I still think he's grossly overvalued. Doesn't mean I don't like him. I like Ricky. This is the same conversation with Ted McMillan. I like Ted McMillan, but Ted McMillan's grossly overvalued. People taking him in the 3-4 turn is asinine. We're not even taking Buka there. Buka's going in the 6th round right now. I got him in the 6th round in the Mars Band League. With our community, I still got him in round 6. So why are we taking Ted in 3-4? I don't know. Why are we taking Ricky Pearsall? Caller earlier on the show said, do I take Ricky Pearsall in round 4? What is going on here? This is not a Smitty hates Ricky. This is not a Smitty hates Ricky show. But this is a Smitty is forced to cut Ricky down to size when people are drafting him in round 4. This is a show that's forced to cut Ted McMillan down to size when he's going at the 3-4 turn. When Igbuka's not even going cemented style into the 5th round. He's going in round 6. These are the news clippings of the moment, and it has a very big impact on the cuff board because of the fact that we might be seeing this backfield split up. And if ETN's removed, then one of these guys becomes the solo cuff and more valuable, and probably lives on this board, you know, in a way that could be even more league winning. Meaning, if ETN's traded and Bigsby starts off as a starter, this name changes to Tootin, and Bigsby's the guy in the background, right? And I need to change this out. Sharbs, Walker's still trying to take control of this situation. Walker, this is not your time to shine. Why are you in front of Charbonnet? I don't know what he's doing. I'll have to fix that later, but what are you doing, Walker? You already had your time to be smiling too. You already had your time to shine. You keep getting hurt. All right, let's hit these super chats. And then we're gonna so Mitchell, league winner, Benson, league winner, Rashard Smith, league winner, Gordon, league winner, Bigsby and Tootin, both league winners. ETN could get traded and become a league winner too, but right now it's Bigsby and Tootin. Charbonnet, league winner. Don't mind Walker. He's selfish. Yeah. Tucker's my number 7. I must have bumped him off when I was doing stuff. I'm sorry about that. If I'm gonna grab somebody and pull them off, let's take Dobbins off. Because Dobbins is just getting hurt. Let me see if I can move. Because I want to move. If I had to move off, let's see. Let's take Dobbins out of here and put him in the grab bag pile. I'll keep the grab bag pile right here. I'm not gonna remove these guys necessarily, but we'll keep them right there. Giddens is not gonna make the list. Spears kind of marks maybe. Let's see. Stevenson. Yeah, I mean he's a great cuff. If injury struck, I don't know. And Najee Harris, I don't know who I'm taking off here. Allen, we're leaving there. Braylon Allen, you could even move Braylon Allen up higher. Right now, you could probably move all these guys down and put Braylon Allen there. Let's do that real quickly. Just because Braylon Allen's kind of in a position to maybe get way more work than we really would like, but it doesn't mean that Hall's gonna fall to the wayside. Hall is baked in. The risk is all baked in with Breece Hall. Honestly, Shipley's good, you know, but could we rotate him out as possible? I think Taj Brooks. Yeah. Let's put Taj Brooks right here. Because, I mean, if something happened, I mean, he's in such a good offense. Algier, same thing. He's in a great offense. And he's proven he'd be really good if he had to get shoved into the lineup. Stevenson's the one guy I could take out for Marks maybe. So we'll put Woody Marks right here. Put Stevenson in the wild pile, the kids table. And then let's go ahead and move Najee up, just because Najee, even with the one eye, he's got the potential to still punch in touchdowns if he was ever called upon. But I don't know that I'm feeling like, oh, he's going to win leagues, you know. So, like, I could take him out. I could take a bunch of players out that aren't in a league-winning capacity. Let's see if I can move Marks down here. Hold on 1 second. Just bear with me as I move this pile around. And let's see here. We'll move. All right, there we go. Let's go back over to the super chats. We'll be doing a draft here shortly, I think. We're probably going to. Let me hit these $20 super chats that are dropped first. We got Logan with the $20 hauler. Logan, just hang tight. I'll celebrate this in 1 second, my boy. Appreciate you very much. Let me get all the $20 haulers over in order in which they were received. I think we had at least one in here. David, thank you, my boy, for the $20 hauler. $20 haulers get immediate attention up in this mug. Just straight up attention and highlighting. You got Johnny with the first $20 hauler. Johnny, appreciate you. That's not Johnny 777 though. That's Johnny 58. He said 10-team PPR to stack Harvey with my bow and Ingram. My bow and Ingram. Sounds like a bow and arrow. I like that. I don't know if you meant that. But my bow and Ingram. Harvey owner wants my Genty. 10-team league to stack Harvey. Okay, so you don't have... Okay, you're Genty. Other running backs, Hampton, Chase Brown, Henderson, and Charbonnet. Do I really need to... Should I do it? I love watching every night at work. Wait, I'm confused. So the Harvey owner wants 10-team league to stack Harvey with my bow. So you don't have Harvey. You have Genty. I'm not... I mean, if you gave me Harvey and Henderson for Genty, sure. You know what I mean? Harvey and Hampton, maybe. But, that's it. Like, I'm not doing... I mean, Chase Brown as well, obviously, but he's probably not going to do that. I'm not doing it for even Charbonnet. I'm not giving you Genty for Sharbs and Harvey, even though that could end up working out. There's no guarantee there. So, Chad, are you in agreement? You used to say goodbye unless he's going to overpay. He's going to give you Hampton and Harvey or Chase Brown and Harvey. And maybe you give something back. Second rounders, another player. But are we in agreement that it's shut the door on this guy and make him overpay? You know? Henderson, obviously, Henderson and Harvey. There's no way I'm giving up Genty. You make this guy overpay. All right. David, 1999 super chat. Appreciate you. 12-man PPR super flex. I have the 10th pick. How would you rank BTJ, London, Nico, Collins? I'm hoping I can take London with my second round pick and then immediately pair him with Michael Penix. I don't know about, immediately, I guess, in a super flex, probably. Lamb, hopefully, with the first. So you go Lamb, and then you go London, and then you go Penix Jr. I don't hate the idea. Make sure you're getting Cam Ward or a quarterback after that. It's not the end of the world to not go early quarterback, but it depends on where that pick is. At 10 pick, if Mahomes still falls, I still take Mahomes and I abort plan Lamb. But I'm okay with this at the 10 pick, yes. If Mahomes is not there, I like that plan of attack. Had pick 9 and a 12 PPR. Any moves? May, Love, Achane, Kyron, DeAndre Swift, Benson, B-Rob Jr., Mixon, J.J. Evans, DJ Moore, and Puka. Yeah, I mean, I'd be tempted to try and move Swift and Evans for one slightly better wide receiver, Swift and DJ Moore for one slightly better wide receiver, Mixon and DJ Moore, Mixon and potentially Evans for one slightly better receiver or running back. Think London, think BTJ, think St. Brown, think players like that, or Bucky's, or Achane's, or players. You got Achane already, but Bucky would be nice. I would do that. Thank you, my boy, for dropping that. That's a really good squad. Appreciate it. $20 haulers from all of you, bunk bed style.
alert. Super chat alert.
By the way, that Taco Bell last night was not the best idea. I've had a stomachache all day long. Just killing me. Not a smart decision last night. It definitely did it. It tasted okay too, but it tasted like it just turned midnight. I knew that was going to be the case. That's why I brought it up on the phone line. I'm like, what's the likelihood you go up? Likely go up in food poisoning odds. John, you got to attach the question in the super chat. $10 holler. I'll go look for it. So bear with me, John. Guys, please ask the question in the actual super chat. It almost does it almost no good. Or I have to go searching like a mad dog for it. Here it is. John, thank you for your super chat. Here it is. Bucky, Hampton, wide receiver, Amon-Ra, Rice, Goddard, Flex, Ibuka, Texans, bench, Diggs, Pearsall, Harvey, Mims, Bateman, Ertz. Any advice? You can't, there's nothing, Pearsall and Harvey, those are good trade pieces, but let's see what we can do. Can we move out? If you can start a flex and it's Rice, like, what do? You know, and you're going to need maybe this depth to weather through the Rice. I mean, you built a nice team. I think I'd maybe consider trying to trade like Pearsall for, I don't want to get rid of Bucky. I don't want to get rid of Hampton. I don't mind upgrading Amon-Ra, but I'm only going to upgrade him. I'm not getting rid of him. I love him. Rice, I don't really want to get rid of Rice. Plus, he wouldn't get what you're supposed to get. I think you just maybe Pearsall to try and upgrade Amon-Ra a little bit. Maybe Pearsall to try and upgrade Dak a little bit. Maybe Pearsall and Hampton to go potentially Genty or H-hand shopping if you wanted to go a little bit higher. Past that, you're just kind of waiting it out, bro, because Harvey hasn't gained all his value yet. Maybe Pearsall goes up in value. Maybe Ibuka you got to wait on, and I don't even want to trade him. Hampton's going to get better. Bucky's still, people are not going to necessarily trade the world for him yet when they should. Bucky's going to go up in value. So other than Pearsall to try and do those little baby moves, there's nothing really to do yet, but it's a good team. I'd say you're one move away from being that 8.0 team that I could say this is top 3. I don't even have to look at the rosters. It's top 3. That's what an 8.0 means to me. And I just think you're like one move away. It's kind of thin but powerful, and maybe it's a waiver pickup. Maybe it's the waiver wire grab of the year. Maybe it's you sitting there going, well, Ollie Gordon is out there, Smitty. And Ollie Gordon, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. Look what Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt's doing for people. Ollie Gordon might even be better. Brashard Smith could be better. Keaton Mitchell could be better. Rodriguez/Ramirez. So take a look at the waiver wire, my boy. Make sure you're always vigilant and you're using and following this content on the waiver board. Smitty, phone out style during plans with wifey. No auto draft. 12 man. 0.5 with grandmas. Gibbs. Okay, so you're saying you drafted out and about. Okay, gotcha. Gibbs, good for you, by the way. Gibbs, HM, BTJ, Hampton, Rice, Hunter, Loveland, Murray, and Blue. JMO, likely Gordon on the bench. I like this team a lot. Not much to move. Not much to do. Your JMO potentially could upgrade, let's say, I mean, what though? You grabbed all the guys I love having. Maybe Kyler Murray, JMO, and Kyler for a Mahomey, and maybe even get something, or go a little higher than that if you can. Maybe you wait till JMO has a pop week. If JMO has 100 yards and a touch in week 1, and let's say JD5 has a mediocre day, people are knee-jerk reactive. So don't think you got to do this move now, but that's where my mind is thinking, or where I'm headed if possible. 10-man PPR: Hurts, Bijan, Chase Brown, Henderson, Nico, Rice, Ingram. Bench is Bill, Harvey. This is what sucks about our community is we are so all over the hell, over this shit, that like you look at a bench and you see Harvey on almost everyone's bench. It's crazy, bro. It's insane. And the fact that your team's so good, I don't want to do anything to these starters, so I'm just kind of holding it. You're in a situation where I'm waiting to And I don't even want to trade. The only, you know what you could do? The only thing I'd do if I was you is try and trade Pearsall and Sutton, Pearsall, Waddle and Sutton, just get a better bench player. Because I don't want to change out any of that. And Rice will be needing a supplemental piece, and that Harvey piece might be just in the nick of time, the way that it all lines up. Even if it's week 1 and Rice agrees to do a 4-game suspension before the season begins, then you still could use Harvey or Sutton. You know, so I don't think I'm moving anything, but you're keeping an open mind. If an offer comes that you can't refuse, you'll listen, but always keep your door open. $10 hauler, 12-team league. Great team, by the way. Okay, $10 12-team league, half PPR. Jaden Daniels, Genty, Hampton, Harvey, JCM, Sampson, Worthy, Rice, Diggs, Golden, Keenan Allen, Dante Thornton, Warren. Good squad. Real good squad. Diggs. Okay, so you could use a little wide receiver help. And I would rather upgrade Worthy. I'd keep Rice. I'd trade Worthy and Golden, or Worthy and JCM. Sampson could gain value after week 1, but you'll probably have to wait. JCM and Worthy for London, for BTJ, for a receiver of that caliber. I don't know. I don't think even Garrett Wilson's not high enough, because Worthy could even get drafted in front of him. So you're kind of restricted. There's not a lot of options, to be honest, but it's definitely something I'm still trying to pull off. And maybe somebody sees the value in JCM right now. Maybe you wait. If you can't get the receiver that I want you to get, you're waiting. Let JCM gain the starting role officially and walk out of week 1, week 2. It might even take 3 weeks. Remember Chase Brown, nothing in week 1, nothing in week 2, nothing in week 3. I look like an imbecile. Chase Brown, yelling Chase Brown all offseason on the channel. Chase Brown. If anybody wonders why I do that, it's because we did it as prep of Chase Brown's coming in 2024. And everybody's going to be so pissed off they didn't draft him. And through 3 weeks, I look like a buffoon. Remember when Smitty was yelling Chase Brown? Week 4, boom. Chase Brown! It was back. It was back. It was back, baby. Lad McConkey comes to mind, maybe, for a Worthy and Golden. Or a Worthy JCM, maybe Lad McConkey. But Drake London, BTJ. You know, and then you get to a point where it starts to not be enough, you know. But if you did the Golden, you could upgrade slightly with Golden, maybe. Lad McConkey. I mean, one might say JSN over Worthy. Might be worth it. Thank you for the super chat, my good sir. $2 hauler, thoughts on Breece Hall for round 4, pick 2. Little early. Not because I don't like it, but he's been dropping a lot. I don't hate it if you're starving for running back at this point in the draft. Not bad. Not bad. Breece, Braylon are the next Sonic and Knuckles. Could be. Could be. I know a lot of people are down on Breece right now, and I understand why, but I believe in him. I wouldn't take him where I don't need to. Top of 4 seems high. Like the stream, times 2 first, times 1 second, last 3 years. Thank you. Like the stream, times 2 first. Thank you, Antonio. Appreciate you. I think I know what you're saying. Drafted CMC and Grendo. Should I trade for B-Rob? I mean, that's why you don't draft Christian McCaffrey, man. This is why you don't draft. Everyone's like, you can just cuff it. You can just cuff it. What if you just cuff it, Smitty? Look at it happen. You can't be sure you're cuffing Shanahan running backs because they always get hurt. That's why that wasn't a solution. Yes, but like, what's the guy's gonna hold B-Rob over your head, bro? I feel bad for you. I'm not mad at you. I just, you know what I'm saying? Are there any trade rumors about Tyler Algier? No. No, they want to keep him right now. Anything can happen. Anything can develop. Pearsall in the 12. Pearsall in the 12. I don't know what that means, Lewis. Lord help you if you're drafting him at 12. Can I call in when the phone lines are open? Ramirez? Ramirez! That's my boy. I keep calling Rodriguez you. Thank you, Ramirez. The phone lines will be open somewhat soon. Don't be biased. Start Tracy, Bigsby, or Harvey. Why would I be biased, bro? I'm not biased at all. You're biased for even asking that. It depends on what we're hearing about Bigsby and Harvey. We don't have that information right now. I would say Harvey, but we do need to wait and hear, because maybe we hear Bigsby's not starting or he's starting. Punted tight end, Pitts on team. Who below him to trust? Punted, Pitts on team. I like Pitts, bro. I'm trusting Pitts, man. Hell yeah. If his quarterback trusts him, I trust him. Don't you feel like B-Rob will end up being running back 1 in San Francisco? I think he'll start some games because I think McCaffrey gets hurt, but I think Garendo's not done yet because he's the better player. But according to reports, he's fumbled a lot. The last couple days in practice, he fumbled the ball 2 or 3 times, and then they traded for B-Rob the next day. That's what I heard. How are we feeling about MHJ this year? Love him in the 3-4 turn. He's kind of got wide receiver round 2 value, and you can get him so late, bro. It's a wonderful thing. I love MHJ. He had 8 touchdowns last year, like 4 blatantly missed plays by Kyler, which you could say is concerning for this year too if you wanted to. I get that argument, but if he would have caught even 2 of those 50-yard touchdowns where he's wide open downfield, that's a 1,000-yard 10-touchdown receiver. Instead, we got a 908, and no one would have complained if Marv had caught those 2 passes. They weren't his fault. They were never thrown to him. Just 2 of the 4 that were blatant 50-yard bombs downfield where he's wide open. He's got a knack for doing that. He's so good at route running. He's so good at everything. Marv, if we had a 1,000-yard 10-touchdown Marv, he'd be going in round 2 without hesitation. Hey, Smitty, 12-team PPR, JD5, H-Champ, Andy, Nico, Devontae, Loveland, Igbuka, bench, Travis Hunter. I see Travis Hunter and Sharps, and you guys' benches are amazing. Bill. Jeez, bro. Get rid of Devontae Smith with Bill. Get Igbuka or Hunter into your lineup, my boy, as fast as you can. And I don't know what else you got to keep one of them. Oh, Igbuka's in your lineup. So get Travis Hunter in your lineup immediately. Sharps might be in your lineup before long, too. Get rid of Bill while the value's hot. I don't say that lightly, but Devontae Smith and Bill can get you a BTJ, a London, etc., etc. Or you could get another potential RB. You know, you could get Kyron for that. You could get Harvey for that. I'm doing that. Devontae Smith and Bill for Harvey, sure. I'll take that all day, and I love Bill. Henman, full PPR, Jamar Chase, Bucky, Jacobs, JSN, Hurts, Worthy, McMillan. Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys I'm not extremely fond of drafting, like Devontae Smith. I like him, but I don't draft him a lot. Ted McMillan, this is too high, but this value seems okay when you got him. Jacobs, I still trade Jacobs and Tet, or Jacobs and Devontae Smith, or Jacobs and Worthy for a big monster. Now, Jacobs and Worthy will get you like a top 12 overall player, so you better be swinging for those guys. But Ted McMillan and Jacobs might get you, could get you a Bucky, a Kyron, an Achan, who's very doubted right now. I know you got Bucky already, but those type of players, if anybody else has a similar situation, I think Jacobs and Devontae Smith for Achan, who's doubted, would be pretty damn good right now. I'd go explore that, bro. But your team's good. Even if you didn't make a move, you certainly still have a chance at winning. But I think you do that, and it's a whole nother ball game, especially in a 10-man league, bro, where Ollie Gordon's probably sitting on waivers, and you're like, how do I pick him up? You make a trade. Or somebody's on waivers. Just drafted QB, Bo Nix, McCaffrey, Genty. Jeez, I mean, I'd trade McCaffrey though. Neighbors, Hunter, Ingram. So you got Henderson, bro. You got this. You got to make a trade. I would say Superflex Fields. I'm trading. Fields, and I mean, can you trade McCaffrey and Fields for a top 5 quarterback in Superflex? Try it, bro. I'm trying it. Past that, I mean, I don't really want to trade Genty. I don't want to trade. I love Bo Nix. I don't want to trade Bo Nix. I'm trading McCaffrey for a top 5 quarterback. And if I can, I think I could get Mahomes for that. And if I got to throw in Fields, I'd do it live. Thank you for the super chat. Good team. Don't get rid of CMC for pennies on the dollar, though. You already drafted him. But just drafted Genty, Hampton, Henderson, Harvey, Hunter, Gentry. Just drafted Gentry. Bro, you hit the wrong button. It's like that guy that drafted B-Rob Jr. instead of Bijan Robinson. I drafted Gentry, damn it. You got a big smile on your face for a guy that just drafted Gentry. Genty, Hampton, Henderson, Harvey, jeez, bro. Hunter, in Dynasty. I'm so pumped. Just drafted Gentry. you keep doing it. Gentry, Hampton, Henderson, Harvey, and Hunter in a Dynasty league. I'm so pumped. He says it twice. Eric never says things twice. 2-time. Eric 2-time. I love it, bro. Maybe he drafted him twice. Then I'm totally down for it. Patty, Genty, Bucky, Hunter, JSN, Pitts, Rice, Ridley, Penix Jr., Ray Davis, Brian Robinson Jr., Debo Downs, Arroyo. Who should I trade for Hendy? I mean, you can't really. Debo and Ridley aren't going to get it. JSN and Ridley probably not going to get it. I don't want to trade Genty. I don't want to trade Bucky. Hunter, I mean, you could trade Hunter, I guess, but I don't want to trade Hunter. I don't think you can get it really, bro. Rice, maybe Rice. I mean, maybe Rice and Debo get it done, but I don't know if I even want to do that. I love both those guys. But that would get it done. I'm just trying to tell you, like JSN and B-Rob and Ridley. Try JSN and Ridley, but like you don't give him a running back. He's not gonna. That's the problem here. If you don't give someone a running back, they're just not gonna give you Hendy. Most people don't have just an extra running back to spare. So, Bob, I don't think you're doing this. Unfortunately, I could lie to you, but if you're not getting rid of Bucky or Genty, and I don't want to, who's gonna take wide receivers for Hendy? I doubt anybody. If this guy's got Hendy, let's just say he's got Hendy just as scraps on the bench, then try it. Try Ridley and JSN, or Rice and Ridley. Either one of those I would do for. That's my answer. That's the only answer I can give you, though, because you're not trading Bucky or JSN. Offer it and see what happens. Give him B-Rob Jr. maybe. JD5, Garrett Wilson, Pickens, Genty, Bucky, Harvey, Ingram, Hunter, Adunze, Sharps, Downs, Mims. Trade ideas for Rice or Debo. Rice went a pick before me. Heartbroken emoji. Adunze and Benson. Charbonnet, you wait a week and maybe he's suspended, even though one game will have passed and the person will be like, I already waited a week. They might have an L. The thing about Rice, you got to understand, like Rice, let's say Rice serves a 5-game suspension. Okay. So when 1 week is down and he serves it at week 1, and now right now he's set to play weeks 1 through 4, but that could quickly change if they agree before the hearing. If they did agree before the hearing, here's week 1, he plays. You're thinking that this owner is going to be like, hell no, he's going to be out 5 games. I've waited 1 already. You think I'm trading him? But the team is 0-1. They're still not phased. Week 2 goes by. The team is 0-2. He's getting panicked. Doesn't matter that he sat out these 2 weeks with Rice. He's got 3 more and he's 0-2. So your best bet is to go get Rice from this owner when they're hurting because they didn't build properly around it. And at that point, maybe Charbonnet's popping off, or you can do a straight 1-for-1 if you wanted to, if you even wanted to. Right now, though, if you were to try and do something, it would be Odunze and Downs, Odunze, Benson. Other than that, you didn't give me much to work with. That's the only thing you can do if you're trying to pull that off now, unless there's another bench player you have somewhere. Let me see if I have any $20 haulers that get immediate attention. I do not see any Neighbors 1.2 in my... I'm doing it. Neighbors 1.2, I'm doing it. I mean, you can. There's risk involved, my boy. The surgery is not... You're going to say he's fine. He's dealt with this since college, right? That's what you're about to type up, the Q. I mean, do what you got to do, but he's a very high risk of having surgery come weeks 14, 15, 16. I took Hunter at the 6.8 and Ibuka went next. Advice? I mean, what's wrong with that? I wouldn't. You don't need to have both. You know, you don't have to get rid of one. Ibuka going 6.8. I mean, that's tough. I would have taken Hunter in 5, maybe. I don't know who you got in 5, and then Ibuka in 6. Ibuka's not going. You're not going to get him in 7. But I don't know what advice you're specifically asking for on that, other than like, I don't know what players you could trade for Ibuka. I definitely don't mind trading for him, but I also don't want to spend through the roof. He's a guy you need to draft. Should have been on ahead of time, you know what I mean? Rather than go get him, you're going to have to pay through the roof. Full PPR, Allen, Kamara, Harvey, Lamb, Puka, Kittle. Let me know if you have a follow-up, though. Wilson, bench, Bigsby, Bond, JCM. JCM's a good trade piece. Devontae Smith, a good trade piece. Devontae Smith and JCM alone, without touching your lineup, could get you something pretty solid, bro. JCM, Devontae Smith could get you Kyron. I mean, shoot for the moon, bro. Shoot for the moon. Shoot for all those guys. Kyron. Who else can we look at? BTJ, London, McConkey, Bucky, Chase Brown, Hampton. You got Harvey already. I'm looking to roll that way. Thank you for the super chat, my boy. Lewis, Smitty to the moon. Rank this team: Saquon, BTJ, Chase Brown, McBride, Mahomes, Harvey, Rice, Hunter, Prescott, Sharps. 8 point. I'm worried about Barkley a little bit for you, but man, that's a great team. You got enough depth to weather through anything, really. I would say 8.5, which is one of the better scores I've given all day. So that's good. I don't give out 9s, maybe a couple times an off season, and then, you know, someone wants to rate it mid-season, like, you know, after a trade or something. I think I've given out a few, but under 10 times do I give out a 9. London, Rice for my neighbors. I would take London and Rice in a heartbeat, bro. I'd almost draft London over Neighbors every time right now, anyway. Just because, not every time. One time I'll take Neighbors, because Neighbors could be the #1 wide receiver in the league per start. But London and Rice is crazy. I definitely take that. Nice squad. Hendy, Stevenson, Penix Jr., Harvey. So Harvey, Hendy, Neighbors, Collins. Bro, that helps your team so much. You'd have London, Collins, but then you. But I do it anyway. Even if you're like you're stacked, and you're gonna make another trade though. You got to. Worthy, Buka. I don't know. Probably sit on that for a week though, because a lot of these guys, Romez, are gonna go crazy, and they're all gonna increase in value. So a pre-week 1 trade can sometimes serve you less than a waiting approach. You know, patience, my boy. You don't have to score all the points in week 1. What do you think? Gibbs, BTJ, Garrett Wilson, Hendy, Breece Hall, Ibuka, Mahomes, Debo. Like it very much. Don't even really want to move anything on that team other than, and I keep saying this all day to upgrade Garrett Wilson, but I don't mean that in a way that's bad. It just means like Mason and Garrett Wilson are good pieces to maybe. Wilson's always a good piece to package to try and go get that BTJ type player. You already got BTJ, but you could go after Hampton. You could go after Hendy. You could go after, you got Hendy. You could go after Hampton. You could go after Achane, who's doubted right now. Chase Brown, Bucky. Probably shooting for the moon there, but certainly possible. Wide receivers, we're talking about BTJ, Monra, London, etc. Hoka in some cases. And always shoot for the moon. Don't think you can't get a big name like that. I've seen people pull off way crazier trades. You know what's funny? And someone in the comments will say something like, Smitty, no one's going to take that trade. No one's going to take that trade, Smitty. Redraft. Believe me, I see it every day. Redraft 12-man. Daniels, Henry, Hendy, Lamb, JSN, Pitts, Rice, Devontae Smith, Bill and Smith together. Make it happen. You got Buka and Debo sitting there waiting in the wings. Trying to upgrade. Yeah. Henry and Bill. Henry and Devontae Smith. Henry and Devontae Smith for lamb chops for JJ. Henry and Devontae Smith for BTJ even. Honestly. Gibbs, obviously. Genty, obviously. And if I'm reading a player on your team, just let me help other people too by throwing all these names out. Achan, Bucky, all those boys. Easy, light work. Light work. 12 team. Who do I drop? 12 team other moves. Who do I drop? Genty, Bucky, Garrett Wilson. Oh, that was the one I just. Is that the one I just read? No? Genty, Bucky, Garrett Wilson, Marv, Worthy, Hunter, Nix, Loveland. They all look the same because everybody's drafting these monster teams. Drop. Malik Washington is who I drop. That's easy. And trades. Hunter, or no, I'm sorry. Worthy. See, I want you to wait on Bigsby and Charbonnet because those are big trade pieces for you. But Worthy and Wilson for one monster, and get Hunter in there. You got Mims if you need him. You're going to get Ollie Gordon in there at some point. I would go Garrett Wilson and Worthy for one huge Lamb London stud. Maybe even if it's a flex, you go after Kyron, or you got Genty and Bucky. Achan, doubted Achan, my boy. Doubted Achan. Do it live. Go get our boy. Go bring him into the fold. $10 holler. I messed up, Smitty. I hate that. I hate that. What did you do? 10-man PPR. Nix, Gibbs, Bucky, BTJ, JSN, Loveland, Evans, bench. Flowers, Krosky, Meredith, Buka, Addison. Looks good to me. No tight end. And grab $3. Was thinking trading out of Evans maybe. Yeah, I mean, you could send Evans for Evans and JCM, Evans and Sharps later. If you can't get anything, Evans and Sharps should get you a lot. Evans and JSN's hard to trade, but going and getting a big time top lamb chop type player. Evans for Hampton straight up. Evans for Hendy straight up. Evans for Harvey straight up. Evans and something like Addison. Evans and Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt to get into a Nico. Even Neighbors at that value, he's doubted enough if he's traded at that value to be fantastic. London, BTJ. Ladd's interesting. I almost say maybe not enough, but maybe enough if you believe in Ladd. Hey, Smitty, should I do this trade? I get Harvey. Owner gets Debo, Loveland, and Mixon. What do you think I'm going to say, Nico? Do you see, and I love Debo, but do you see him at the office?
Call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates.
Love Debo, but yes, I do make that trade. I do it. $20 holler from Gleam. Gleam, I'm sorry I just saw this. Gleam, $20 quad on Gleam. Thank you, pal. Thank you.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Actually, I think these came in after I put all those on the screen. So, but thank you, Gleam. And then we got another super chat here. Nation, thank you for dropping this one here.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Attaboy broskies, appreciate both of you dropping fire tonight with the $20 haulers. Let me get you taken care of here. Any moves have Lamar, Lamb, London, Rice, Hampton, Warren, Joku, Benson, Sharps, Bigsby, and Buka. Well, why is it Buka on your bench? So London, so you got 3 wide receivers and I assume no flex spot, which is why you got Jalen Warren in there. So obviously you're hurting at running back 2 with Warren. Darbs, Gordon, or Benson, I can almost not guarantee, but almost assure you, I can't assure you, I can almost assure you that you will eventually be taken care of. But how many weeks does it take when you stack L's and you're 0-4 or something? Your team's really good though. I think you got to probably, unfortunately, jeez, man. You unfortunately need to look at a Rice trade maybe. and maybe a divide and conquer Lamb into BTJ and, something to upgrade Jalen Warren. I just don't know if this will suffice, having that art. But at some point, Sharp, you could just plug Sharps right in. You know what? Scratch it. Trust in Charbonnet, bro. Right now, if we get word that he's not going to play week 1 or something, pecking order wise, we'll come back. We got to circle back. But trust in Charbonnet. Get him in there. Warren's not bad. Maybe I'm wrong about Warren in week 1, but I'll put Charbonnet in there, assume he gets work, and let it ride for a week. You got players that have decent value, but they got to climb. Benson and Bigsby have no value yet. Maybe Bigsby gets a start, and we can put Bigsby in instead of Charbonnet. I think your starter is Charbonnet or Bigsby, not Warren, though. And then I'm fine with this team. And if Rice sits, then you put Ibuka and you're fine. And I hate that you can't even put Ibuka in anyway right now. I mean, you maybe trade. Yeah, but Rice will be suspended at some point, so you kind of got to hold off on it. Sutton is a good trade piece too. You could go Sutton and Jalen Warren for maybe a Sutton and Jalen Warren for maybe a Breece Hall, underrated Breece Hall, bro. Do that. Harvey, and you could even go. When I trade Sharps in advance with Sutton right now for Harvey, you could do something like that. I don't love that, but I might need to do it. Pacheco's kind of cheap right now. I love Ollie Gordon. Do not cut those monsters, though. I like where your team is at, but you're definitely in a little bit of a flux there, RB2. But I think those ideas will help and come back when you got an answer or you're working with one of those ideas. 12-man half PPR from the 9 pick. Penix Jr., Purdy, Genty, Bucky, Hendy, Bill, JSN, Hunter, Ibuka, Debo. You got a crafty wide receiver room. Darnell Mooney sucks in the spot because he's injured. Team, I'm going to rate it a pretty decent score. I'm going to say it's a 12-man. Bucky, Hendy, Bill, Genty, JSN. I'm going to say 8.0. Yeah. It's fine. I can easily tell it's one of the best teams in the league. I don't know if it's the best. I didn't give it a 9. 9 is kind of where I'm saying it's the best. I haven't seen your league yet, but it's the best. I'd almost bet it's the best. This is an 8. You're still in the mix with other people. But you can maybe make a trade like JSN. Keep the running backs. Don't touch those running backs. I like Penix Jr. as a quiet under-the-radar quarterback for you, bro. He could be top 5, 6, 7. Really could. Book Debo. JSN and maybe... I don't know what other running backs you might have that you could... Bill. There's Bill. I forgot Bill was there. Bill and JSN, as much as I'd hate to see both of them part, go get yourself a BTJ London, at least Ladd. And Ladd might not even be enough. Actually, scratch that. Ladd's not enough because I love JSN almost as much as Ladd, so screw that. BTJ London. Neighbors, Nico, Amon-Ra. I mean, just swing for the fences, my boy. I mean, Bill might get that. Bill and JSN for that player. If not, stand down and just let it ride, bro. JSN's good. We can't diminish JSN, what he brings to the table. I don't want to be trading JSN unnecessarily. Mahomes, Knicks, Bucky, Hampton, Harvey, Bigsby. Pop Douglas, Ingram, rate my team. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro. Bucky, Hampton, Harvey's sick, bro. Lamb, London, Rice, and Ibuka's and Hunter is insane. And Mahomes. And you don't need to upgrade a single thing, so you're just gonna struggle with depth. But Cody, you can't sell any of this. This is an 8.9. The highest scoring team. How many teams are in this? 10? Okay, maybe I'll make it 8.5. 10-man league. It's still damn good. Lamb, London, Rice, Buka, Hunter, Hampton, Harvey, Bigsby, Mahomes, 8.8. Even in a 10-man league, 8.8. Best 10-man team I've seen today. Yo, Smitty, any moves? 12-team, double flex, 0.5. Fields, Hendy, Bucky, Hall, Lamb, Garrett Wilson, Buka, Pitts, bench, Hunter, Bigsby. Look, Hunter's on everyone's bench. Our community's cleaning up. What in the hell is going on? Jeez, man. What a team. What a team. Andy, Bucky, Hall, Lamb, Garrett Wilson, Buka. I don't know. I want to get Hunter in the lineup, but you can't. I mean, Hall. So maybe Hendy, Bucky. I don't know if I want you to get rid of Hall, though, because you don't have. I like that third running back option. I kind of like what you have, man. And Hunter could take a little bit of time when you're pairing him against other players like that you have. So I'm kind of okay with you just waiting. Bucky, Hall, Lamb, Garrett Wilson, Buka. If Buka's your flex, you could move Buka into your wide receiver spot, put Hall in your flex, and then debate Hall and Hunter all week. That's where I'm probably going, Max. Thank you for the super chat, my boy. Great team, my boy. My boy. Doing it live. Doing it live. Got Hampton, Bucks defense, bench, Olave, Ridley, Bill. Okay, I think that goes with the super chat here. Dak, Penix, Gibbs, Brown, Chase Brown, London, Rice, Ingram. Yeah, really good. And then bench Olave, Ridley, Bill. Wow. And you got Hampton too? Hampton, Bucks. God. Hampton. Okay, so Hampton, Gibbs, Brown, London. I just sit on that, bro. There's so much depth there that's gonna be amazing for you. Not every team that has depth I want making trades. So, bro, you got to stand pat on that. That's a freaking solid squad. We're getting closer to knocking these super chats out, and then we'll do a draft. Rate 5th pick: CD, London, Chase Brown, JD, Rice, Harvey, Hunter, Worthy, Tyler Warren, ETM Pearsall, Ollie Gordon, Krosky Merritt. London, Chase, CD, fantastic. JD5, Rice, Harvey, Brown, Hunter, love it. Worthy, maybe Worthy. Yeah, this is a great team. Maybe Worthy, and no, I love it. I love it, bro. Maybe Pearsall and Bill for a better player, and that player's in your bench rotation. You just get it anyway. So you got Harvey already. You can't go after Harvey's such a attractive piece to get with that type of a trade. Like you're going after, you got Tyler Warren. That's a good tight end, bro. So Pearsall and Bill for. You can try for Hendy. You already got Harvey. Harvey would have been perfect. Try for Hendy. You could try for MHJ. Bill and Pearsall for MHJ. Bill and Pearsall for JSN. Bill and Pearsall for Lad McConkey. Bill and Pearsall for maybe a Garrett Wilson. Appreciate you. Squads are fantastic. You guys are crushing it. You guys are crushing the game. 10-man. Here. 10-man PPR go. Gibbs, Kyron, BTJ, Rice, Worthy, Ingram, Hendy, bench, Worthy. And Gibbs, Kyron, BTJ, Rice. Love it. Love it. Hendy in the okay. Hey Buka. I like to get Buka. You got Worthy. Get Buka in there. You got two Worthies though. Buka. Let's see. Bigsby, Mason, and everybody's got Pearsall. And on the bench, it seems on the most recent questions. I like trading Pearsall and Mason. Trading Pearsall and Worthy. Trading Pearsall. And yeah, Worthy and Pearsall to a team that has maybe it's got to be London, BTJ, St. Brown, Poke Nakoa, Malik Neighbors, Nico Collins. Not an easy task. And then if you were to go RB, it'd have to be Kyron. It'd have to be Henderson. It'd have to be You got Kyron already. Henderson, it'd have to be Hampton. Pearsall and Worthy could get you Hampton. Any of those players, I think. Not all of them, obviously. You're going to get some rejections, but I think you pull off something like that. And again, I don't want to hear, Smitty, no one's doing that. Believe me, I see it every day. You ask a certain number of times, you're going to get a good trade like that. 12-team home league, 2 wide receiver, 2 flex, rate, Drake May, Nico, London, JSN, Igbuka, Judy, Hendy, Harvey, Warren, Eckler, JCM, Sampson. Yahoo gave me a D-. Well, it's because they don't view Buka, they don't view Hendy, they don't view Harvey. Your team looks great. Always take that as a piece of pride. Nico, London, Hendy, Harvey, Buka is wild. JSN, that's really good. Am I trying to get a little bit better than Drake May using a JCM? Yes, I am. Am I trading Hendy or Harvey or London or Nico to do it? No, I'm not. Buka, I'm not trading. Maybe Judy and JCM to upgrade May. And upgrading May to Bo Nix or Mahomes would be my choice. But I love the rest of that squad, bro. This one from Timothy. Timothy says, grade me 14-team league, Grandma League, Dak, Bucky, Achane, Evans, Javonte, Hubbard, Hawkinson. Bench is Javonte Williams, Judy, Pitts, Moody. Why do you have Moody? Fields and upgrades. Pitts, okay. Okay, J. Will. Hubbard. Maybe Hubbard and Judy for one better player. I like the team, not an 8.0 yet. Not an 8.0 yet, my boy. You trade Judy and Hubbard for Henderson. I mean, you got Bucky and Achane, you're good. You could go wide receiver. So Judy and Hubbard for BTJ, London, or a Hendy, or a Kyron, and you're on your way. Yes, sir. But I would say getting a receiver is better for you because you have Bucky and Achane already. So if you can turn Hubbard and Judy into, I mean, even you got Mike Evans. Even if you were to go get somebody right around Mike Evans, like MHJ is even intriguing. Judy and Hubbard for MHJ it's interesting for you. I'd try for London, try for BTJ. You're not going to get those guys probably, but MHJ and Evans would be fantastic for you. I like Hubbard a lot, but I do like MHJ more, and it's worth giving up Judy. Or your amazing kicker, Moody. The guy's so bad. I'd almost say I don't know. Can we do content for half PPR ranks? Everything we do is half PPR. Everything. All my rankings on the side are a morph between PPR and half PPR. So everything's half PPR, my boy. So you're already getting it every day. I have Bo, Henderson, Aaron Jones, Neighbors, BTJ, Laporta, Garrett Wilson, Benson, Chisholm, Ray Davis, Tracy Jr., Thornton. Rate your team 12 team. Bo, Henderson, Aaron Jones, Neighbors. I would say this is a good team. It's definitely missing one piece to get into the 8.0 territory. I think your trade pieces include maybe, if you're lucky, a Tracy Jr. and Aaron Jones. If you're lucky, I'd sacrifice Laporta if I could pick up a competent tight end, or trade for Kyle Pitts on the very, very cheap. You know, like a Javonte Williams. Like Kyle Pitts is borderline free. So, you know, he's such a good player to grab, especially even if you have like a Kittle, you go ahead and make a trade like that, and then trade Kittle and get something. And you got Kyle Pitts sitting there. He's a fantastic guy to grab in your late draft for that. Oh, you got Laporta. I'm sorry. Wait. What was I saying then? Who was I saying to trade? I confused myself. Aaron Jones, Neighbors. Maybe it was Laporta. No, who was I saying to trade? I don't know. I don't know where I was going on that one. I might have mixed up questions. Okay, so Aaron Jones and I don't know what you could do, bro. Bo and Henderson, I don't want to trade. Neighbors, I would downgrade Neighbors into a London or BTJ or that to get that extra upgrade. Tracy, upgrade Benson. You know, you're one move away for sure. Neighbors is a good player to divide and conquer. I know you got Thomas Sr. already, but Neighbors is a good player to divide and conquer. I like the team a lot. You're just an injury away. Like your thing to make you an 8.0 or more would be like if Benson got the starting gig. If Tracy ends up being way better than people think. But I don't know how you're gonna Tracy and Aaron Jones with Garrett Wilson for a slight Garrett Wilson upgrade, maybe. I don't know what else. You kind of until the first week plays out. Neighbors, downgrade Neighbors, or if Neighbors goes ballistic, then you can divide and conquer Neighbors. Until then, you're kind of stuck unless you can move Aaron Jones. I don't think you can. Maybe Aaron Jones is a good week one. QB Kyler, thank you for the super chat. Trevor Lawrence, Chase Brown, Pacheco, Hall, Braylon Allen, MHJ, Garrett Wilson, Neighbors, Buka, Coleman. Can we list Neighbors first? Can we put this in order of amazingness because it throws off the ranking? It weighs differently. Love the team. Chase Brown. Would I like to upgrade Pacheco or Breece Hall if at all possible? Yes, I would. And you have Neighbors, MHJ, Buka. Now, if you need to start, and it looks like you might have this many flex spots, and if so, then I'm probably standing down on anything until week one's over. But if Garrett Wilson is not in your lineup because you got Neighbors, Buka, and MHJ, and I assume you have another flex spot, but if you don't, I'm looking at Garrett Wilson, Pacheco, or Garrett Wilson and potentially Breece Hall to get a monster RB upgrade. But if you can start all these guys and you're actually still forced to start Coleman, or you at least start Buka, down to Buka, then I kind of wait it out. Coleman and Hall, maybe you wait after week one and Hall does well. I just think if you sell Hall right now, you're not going to get what you deserve. And so that kind of makes me not sell Breece Hall. $4.99 from Isaac. Thank you, Isaac. You guys make sure you're not blank, or I finding the message later. I'll look, Isaac, but I don't have it in front of me, and I'm pulling up all my super chats, so I don't have access to any of the other messages at the moment, and I got to get out of the screen. So make sure you're dropping the question. And some people say, well, it doesn't fit. Well, that's the whole point of the super chat amount, is it allows you, when you do a $4.99 versus a $1.99 or a $5.99 or a $7.99 versus $4.99, it gives you more characters for a reason. Tim Team, PPR, Knicks, Hampton, Hendy, Amon-Ra, Nico, Kittle, Swift, Pickens, Hunter, Pearsall, Downs, Reed, ETN, and Ayuk. Yeah. Look, Pickens is fantastic. Am I trying to trade Swift and Pearsall? Yes. Swift and Pearsall. Even if I'm upgrading Amon-Ra into Lamb, I do that. I like Hampton and Hendy, but would I try and upgrade Hampton into Bucky? You know, using Pearsall, using Swift? Yes. Those are immediate attempts by me. $10 hauler from Red. Red, appreciate you. 10-man league, Knicks, Irving, Hendy, Pollard, Lamb, London, Rice. Would you trade London and Pollard for Gibbs? Absolutely. I mean, what's Pollard, bro? London's going at the 1-2 turn. Gibbs could arguably go 1, 2, or 3. So this is a no-brainer. 100% Smitty approved. Easiest question I've been asked all day. 10-team: Fields, Nix, Jacobs, Kamara, Hampton, Pollard, Bigsby, Sharps, Lamb, Garrett Wilson. I mean, I love Lamb, Garrett Wilson, Pickens. I love Sharps. I love Bo Nix. I love Hampton. I don't love Jacobs. I don't love Kamara. And I will probably just try and maybe package one of the two with damn it. No, I don't. You got Evans. Why are we listening to some of the better players at the end? Because I'm like stopping sometimes going, Mims, okay, I've seen enough, and then Evans is sitting there. This is a good team. I would, assuming you're starting Lamb, Garrett Wilson, Pickens, and Evans, and you actually can't put all these wide receivers in. Garrett Wilson and Kamara, Garrett Wilson and Jacobs for a Bucky, Achane, or higher, BTJ or higher, Lamb chops, etc. You got Lamb already, but that type of player, that's easy for me to look at it like that. And you could keep Garrett Wilson and move Evans. I'd probably rather move Evans because he's older than Garrett Wilson. So either one. 14-team PPR double flex: Mahomes, Penix Jr., JJ, Scary Terry, who I'm worried he's going to get hurt this year. Devontae Smith. Those are two receivers I'm not loving drafting. Mims, I like. Horton, Bucky, Hendy, Sharps. Running backs are phenomenal. Jaden Blue, Dylan Sampson, Kincaid, Dots. Yeah, I mean, 14-team league, you did really well. Would I be tempted to move Devontae Smith and Terry using like Sampson or Blue? And those guys have more value in 14-team leagues because people are trying to plan ahead. So, yeah, I mean, I'd try and maybe do that for something small. But past that, I mean, Mahomes, JJ, Devontae Smith, and Terry are fine. I don't sell them for pennies on the dollar. Bucky and Hendy's absolutely out of this world. And really, you're waiting on Blue, Sharps, and Sampson to do something before you really have a lot of movability. So, nice job with that team. Wait until after week 1 unless the right deal comes along. 10-team, half PPR, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. Josh Allen, running back, Saquon, Bucky, Hendy, Sharps, JSN, Ridley, Buka. Rate any moves to make. Man. Saquon, Bucky, Hendy, love the team. Would I like to get a little bit better wide receiver 1 just to make this team like unstoppable? Yeah, it's still very good. But Ridley, Buka, I mean, maybe Ted McMillan was I wonder if you could trade Ted McMillan with Saquon to get a slightly underrated but player we love just as much in like Achane or Bucky. Like you got Bucky already, but Achane, you know, or you go on Bucky, Hendy, Sharps, and you're risking a little bit by having those two RBs, and you go get a for Saquon a Lamb or London BTJ type player, and you probably get more because Saquon in a lot of these leagues, I'm sure your league went higher. Now, if you don't want to trade Saquon and he's your boy, I get it. That's fine. If you want another idea, I would just say then you're coupling Tet with JSN or Tet with Ridley to get one bigger wide receiver like BTJ-ish. You know, that's the only other move. If you can't move, if you don't want to move Saquon. So it's up to you if you want to move Saquon. Right, 10-team league, 0.5. Hurts, Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, Kamara, Jalen Warren, BTJ, Ted McMillan, Pearsall. Should I handcuff Kamara with Kendra Miller? No. He's not even, you don't even know if he's the handcuff. Kendra Miller is awful. So is Devin Neal. This offense is awful. I wouldn't even draft a Kamara, to be honest. But I would move Kamara the first chance I get during the season. If you can move him early by coupling him with like Pearsall, I would do that for Hendy and any of those rookie running backs for sure. But yeah, not interested in cuffing any more of that team than you already have, you know, shares of. $10 hauler at 12-team PPR. Superflex, rate my team. JD5, McCarthy, Young. I maybe move McCarthy. McLaurin, Javonte Williams, Ibuka, Hunter, Leggett, Ayuk, Derrick Henry, Cook, Aaron Jones. Good, okay. There's some stuff to move here. Moody. Why do you have Moody? Are you a Niner fan, my boy? Why do you have Moody? Why would you have Moody as your kicker? The guy's the worst kicker in the league. I don't know why the team even, like, what they see in Moody. Like, why they even keep him. He's going to lose the Niners games. I once liked him. I don't like him at all. I think he's an awful kicker. He's in his own head. Team is so upset at him all the time. He's going to be out. Okay, at some point. They should be out now. Moody. Oh my God. He kicked the ball at one of his kickoffs during the preseason game, and they went to Shanahan, and he goes, I guess. And then the special teams coordinator walked off, just turned around and got pissed off. I don't know why they'd give him a chance. JD5 McCarthy. So trade McCarthy, go with Young. I don't mind having 2 QBs, but I'm very intrigued by trading McCarthy and Cook for an upgrade at running back. Kyren, Hendy, Hampton, Aaron Jones, and Cook for the same thing. Aaron Jones and maybe McLaurin. Aaron Jones and McLaurin for BTJ. Aaron Jones and McLaurin for London. Same type of thing. Hendy. Maybe Aaron Jones, or I really like the idea of just upgrading James Cook, though. If you get rid of Cook or Aaron, if you get rid of Cook, try and get an RB. Hendy fits the bill. Hendy really fits the bill, bro. So does Harvey. I'd trade Cook for Harvey and something. You can get more, so try and get more. Throw in Aaron Jones, throw in McCarthy, and get way more than Harvey. But Harvey would be a target of mine time and time again. 1.1 in the draft, 10 PPR redraft, JD5, Bijan, Chase Brown, Rice, Hunter, Hendy, Harvey, bench, JMO, jeez, Buka. Isn't it so frustrating? Like, I've got my buddy league, I've got Debo, Harvey, and Buka on my bench, and no one will trade. But I'm set. I'm set. You're set, but we're gonna start the wrong guys sometimes. But what players are tradable? Your team looks phenomenal. I don't even want to upgrade anybody. Would I try and upgrade Rice into Lamb? Yes, I would. Would I try and upgrade Hunter into Lamb? Yes, I would. Maybe BTJ as well. And how do you do that? Tet, JMO, Buka. Not that I want to trade any of those guys, but getting a Lamb would probably win you the league. Getting a JJ, even with the risk at that cost, would probably win you a league. 12-man, full PPR, QB Kyler, Penix, running back Genty, Bucky, Hendy, wide receiver MHJ, Worthy, Ingram, bench, Buka, Addison. What do you do? I've got Kyler and Penix in the Marsman League, and I'm starting Penix Jr. in week 1, by the way. Genty, Bucky, Hendy. Fantastic. MHJ, Worthy. Love it. Would I trade Addison and Garendo is not even the backup right now. I'm not saying you have to cut him, but Brian Robinson Jr. is deemed the second running back on the team. Now, Shanahan could run at the mouth and then do something the next day. It's different. But would I try and upgrade Worthy? Yeah, and honestly, bro, you could upgrade quarterback. Give up Worthy and your quarterback to get that Mahomes, Josh Allen, JD5, Joe Burrow, and then you could throw Buka right into Worthy's spot. And you also have Addison. Or you wait till Sharps rises up, and that's when you strike on some big mega deal, and we talk about it later. Those are really the only things that I could see doing with that team because it's so good. 14-team league. How can I improve my team? Chase Brown, Joe Burrow. So you're all Bengal team. Harvey, Travis Hunter. Team's really good. You can't do anything either until you wait on Sharps or B-Rob gets into the lineup because, McCaffrey gets hurt. Sharps, that is what you do. Nothing else. Your team's good. I don't want you moving anything. I want you to stand down and wait for Charbonnet to come to the rescue. That's what I want you to do. Where's the super chat? 14-team got JD5, Kyron, Hendy, BTJ, Garrett Wilson, Ingram, JCM in an auction. Love it. Love it. That's really good. Divide and conquer, nothing. Just let it roll. That's a really good team. I'd say in a 14-teamer, that's borderline 8. I would give you like a 7.9 just to give you a little room for improvement, but it's 14 team. Pretty hard to get what you just got. Like that's a good team. Smitty says, "Hear me out." Okay, whenever you say this, I know I'm not gonna like it. Whatever you're trying to sell me. Hear me out. Bijan, Bucky, Kyron, MHJ, Travis Hunter, Mahomes, Debo, Xavier Worthy, Sharps, Olave, Scat, Loveland. Hold or trade. What do you mean hear you out, though? Hear you out what, though? What are you asking? There's nothing unusual here to say that, so I'm just confused. But your team looks fantastic. So your mind wasn't, you were in the right place when you drafted. I'll tell you that. Bucky, Kyron, Bijan, MHJ, Travis Hunter, Mahomes, Debo. What are you going to do? Nothing. You sit on it. Worthy's there for whenever Rice is out, he should be popping off in your lineup, But would I maybe trade Worthy and Scattaboo if he gets in the lineup at some point? Sure. Sharps gets in the lineup and starter. Olave pops off and looks like his old form, old self. Or would I go Sharps and MHJ for a lamb chop? Would I go, Worthy and Kyron for a Bucky type player to put right next to Bucky? Obviously, you're going to go maybe H-Chan or, Genty. Would I trade Kyron and Worthy for Genty? Probably. Those are moves I'd make, my boy. Appreciate you. If I can't upgrade to a free spot, who would you drop for a defense? Can likely go on IR in your format. If not, then I'm probably dropping. I hate to do it, but Horton, unless it's Dynasty. Horton, unless it's Dynasty. 12-team PPR. Mahomet. Genty, Chase Brown, London, Hunter, Breeze, Ingram, Ibuka, Mixon, Godwin, Ayuk, Mims, Tillman. I'm trying to trade Mixon and Godwin together for something. You're probably not going to get it. Mixon and... yeah, I don't know. You can do anything. I like the team. I think you just got to kind of wait it out. You're definitely missing something, though. I like the team a lot, but somebody else has a better team in your league. I can tell you that right now. But you're one move away, Marquez. What is that move? I don't know. I don't know if I'm trading any of these pieces. You're waiting for Brees to be the guy that we think he still can be, and then you're in it to win it, bro. Like that might be what you need. It's not necessarily you got to make a trade. You don't have any pieces to trade, and everybody you have I either love or you can't sell high. So Brees Hall, you wait on it, see what happens. Buka is going to be fantastic. This is a borderline 8.0 team awaiting either an explosion from the players here like Brees and Buka, and then you're in it, or you hit the waiver wire so hard, or let's say London's the number 2 wide receiver and people are like buying into that, and you could sell him into a BTJ who struggles for 2 games, or a Hunter and Harvey, and you get 2 players for 1. $10 hauler, 12-team PPR work league, Bo Nix, Calvin Ridley, Terry, Bijan, Chase Brown, Brock Bowers, Rome Odunze, 1 QB, 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, 1 tight end, 1 flex. Matthew, benches, Matthew Golden, Dobbins, Javonte, Williams, Judkins, B-Rob. Nothing on the bench other than Golden, which you could maybe move or keep. It doesn't, I'm not saying he's bad. Bo Nix, Calvin Ridley, Terry. I'm trading Calvin Ridley or Terry, maybe, with Rome Odunze. And that's going to be hard. I don't know that you're going to be able to pull much off here because you're trading 2 wide receivers for 1 or for RB. So let's just say you're going after a wide receiver like, let's say you trade Scary Terry and Rome, or Ridley and Terry, or Ridley and Rome. You're trying to get a London, BTJ, Amon-Ra, Puka, Neighbors, Nico. After that, I don't know that there's a lot of players that you're going to be able to get, or are going to be, it's going to be too low. So if you were to try and trade, let's say Ridley and Terry, I mean, you need a receiver if you do that. So I don't know that I'm going running back shopping, but I think you could probably get a London or BT. You could always take a gamble on an AJ Brown there. even Lad McConkey's intriguing, but I don't know if I give that exact offer. It'd be like Ridley and Golden or Ridley and Rome for Lad, maybe. Good squad, though. I think we're drafting tonight. Just hang tight. Let me get through these. 499, 10-team PPR, 1 flex. I got Nix, Gibbs, Chase Brown. We got 513 people in here. We should be drafting. Just hang tight. 513 people in here. Hit the thumb up button if you're new. We'll try and draft here in a second. If we do draft, which I think we will, Underdog promo code Smitty. I'll drop the link right now. The link's pinned in the live chat also. So smash this link and do it live. Do it live. 10-team PPR, 1 flex. I got Nix, Gibbs, Chase Brown, London, Hunter, McBride, Hendy. Bench is T-Mac, Debo, Sharps, Dak. It's a loaded team, bro. Any moves? No, Buka. Sorry to hear. Nix, Gibbs, Brown, London, Hunter, McBride, Hendy. Love the team. Maybe a Sharps when he pops off, you wait. Benson, if he pops off, gets in there. Ollie, same thing. If you had to do a move now, T-Mac and Debo, I don't want you trading these RBs. I want you keeping the team the way it is. So, honestly, I'm probably saying T-Mac and Debo for one better piece if you can upgrade it. Other than that, you're waiting for everything to explode into existence, bro. And then you're in the money. Absolutely. Okay. 10-team keeper league. QBs get 6. 3 teams are keeping Lamar, Daniels, and Allen. I have Mahomes. I can keep in the 3rd or Worthy in the 10th round. Should I keep Worthy or Mahomes with the 3rd? Top QBs are gone already. It's a keeper league. You didn't say if it's a super flex, though. 10-team keeper league. QBs get 6 points per TD. I would keep Mahomes there, I suppose. If all the QBs are gone, and the only thing is, though, I guess I would count how many teams don't have a QB. I'm sure Mahomes would get picked up, but are you going to get like Nix and Penix Jr. and then you clean up in the 3rd round with a running back like Hampton or something? I don't know. I don't mind the 3rd round value, but Worthy in the 10th is pretty good too. Chat, do we throw Mahomes back and keep Worthy in the 10th? Can we get a vote on that? Worthy in the 10th or Mahomes in the 3rd. All the QBs are getting ripped off the board, but that doesn't mean they might stop getting ripped off the board. I mean, Mahomes will go, but then all of a sudden it's like no QBs go and you can just clean up and then get Penix Jr. and like Kyler or something like I have in the Marsman, and I'm happy with that. Friend has Aaron Jones, Sharps, Brian Thomas Jr., total RBs, and Chase Brown, BTJ London at wide receiver. Should I accept Henry and JSN for Chase and Sharps? Chase Brown? And Chase and BT London at wide receiver. So that's Jamar Chase, right? Henry and JSN for Jamar Chase and Charbonnet. We got a majority of people saying Mahomes are leaning Mahomes. I would probably say give me, man, I mean, Henry and JSN's pretty good. Chat, vote on this one. Henry and JSN or Chase and Sharps? I'm going to go Chase and Sharps because I believe in Sharps, bro. I know you could be risking a little bit here, but I'm going to believe in Sharps. I think the chat will agree with me overall. I think the chat's going to agree. I'm 1.8 and a half PPR 10-man league. Been offered 1.5, which is the most likely Lamb. Genty going at 7. Do I swap 5th or hold at 8? Well, what's the trade though? I mean, you didn't really tell me. Like swap overall spots? Yes. Like if it doesn't cost you anything, absolutely. But I mean, I don't know what the cost would be. So if it's just swap spots, I would do it. Help me 12-team redraft. Fields, Bucky, Hampton, CD, Rice, Worthy, Kraft, Hendy, Hunter, Debo, B-Rob, Tootin, Bates. I like the squad. Hunter, Debo, B-Rob, Hampton. I mean, help with what? The team's fantastic. I'm not touching anything. Maybe using Debo if you don't start him. If you start him in the flex spot, Like if you're starting Hunter, Debo, Worthy, which I don't know that you are, then I wouldn't trade him and I'd just roll with Fields. But if you can use like Debo to upgrade Fields, I would. Mahomes, Knicks. It's a good squad. All right, 2 more super chats, and then we'll look into potentially drafting here in a second. I got 538 in the building. $10 holler, 12-man PPR. Knicks, Worthy, McMillan, B. Rob, H-Han, Kittle, Adunze, bench, Judy, Kraft, Dobbins, after. Okay, Knicks, Worthy, McMillan, B. Rob, H-Han, Kittle, Adunze. I don't know, this is lacking a little bit. Joshua, I don't know. It's a 12-man league. Worthy, Knicks, McMillan, B. Rob, H-Han, Kittle. What did you take? What did you do? Your first rounder is H-Han, right? Your second rounder was what? Who's your second round pick? You must have missed somebody, Joshua. I don't know what we're doing here. Scotty, I went through all the super chats. Let me see if you have one that. Let me see if Scotty, I don't know if your super chat, you were here or if you stepped out, or nobody gonna take that trade, Smitty. I remember when I got Neighbors. So he's putting that in quotes because people say that. Scotty's he's letting you know that people say that to me all the time. Nobody's gonna take that trade, Smitty. I remember when I got Neighbors for my Walker and JCM. Anything is possible. Keep Ford or Chuba on the bench. Scotty, I'm sorry. Maybe I didn't answer this one. Or Chubb. Ford or Chubb on the bench. Neither. There's got to be a better option. I guess if I had to pick, I'd say Ford. Chubb looks awful right now, bro. Thank you, Scotty. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened here, Joshua. I don't know where's your second round pick? I don't know what to do here for you. You're going to have to trade. H-Han's not even sellable right now. I love him, but I mean, I'm buying H-Han, but you can't sell him for what you should. You must have to hold and wait out. Kittle, you probably have to divide Kittle into two. You're going to have to divide H-Han into two if you even can. I don't know what to do with this team. I don't know who the hell you drafted in round 2. It better not have been Kittle. You better have accidentally. Joshua, we'll come back to that. I'll look for your answer. But I don't know what you did there. Thank you for all the great content. Appreciate you. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate you. Bowers for Hendy and Warren. I would take. I mean, Bowers is more value. Get more because Bowers goes in 2, Hendy doesn't go in 2, and Warren's not closing that gap. But at the end of the day, I do want it. I just want more. Joshua, tell us what he did. $4.99, 12-team flex. I got Knicks, Neighbors, London, Rice, McBride, Hendy, Sharps, Benches, Hunter, Buka, Bill, Bigsby, Spears, Benson. No kicker, any moves. Knicks, Neighbors, London, Rice, McBride, Hendy, Sharps. Bench Hunter. I mean, I want to get Hunter in your lineup, but I love your team. So I'm going to say, Sharps. I mean, for now, you're putting Hunter in over Sharps, but Buka, I mean, I don't know, bro. Maybe you're trying to move Rice and Buka, Rice and Bill, Rice and Hunter to just get a monster, a top 12 overall monster. J Money, just go through the names and make offers for all the guys that are going up there, the Genties of the world, the BTJ. If he's a first rounder, you're throwing it out there, but I just don't think waiting a week is okay too to let those guys gain value. All those guys that you might trade are going to gain value. Home league, stay put, May, Bijan, Bucky, McConkey, Wilson, Hendy, Demo. I mean, not necessarily because you got a guy in Pearsall you could trade. Buka's got tons of value. Harvey doesn't, so hold him. But I mean, would I trade McConkey or Garrett Wilson with Pearsall to upgrade a little bit? Yes. Would I trade Garrett Wilson to upgrade May into a top 5 QB? Yes. And then put Buka in. So, those moves are very, solid to make. And I definitely would do all those. Try to do all those. Get that quarterback upgraded so you can get Buka in your lineup. Smitty, chance we can get an updated wide receiver running back rankings video? I don't know, bro. We'll have to see, Spencer, what I get to. I kind of create content as is needed based on the news and everything. I'll look into seeing. We'll definitely be doing like a week 1 rankings video, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Everybody's kind of like 60-70% of people have drafted, so it's going to be more about week 1 or trade ranking video. So maybe we'll do it from a trade perspective. I'll look into it. I'll write it down and potentially look into it. So like a rankings for trade purposes, maybe, because draft ranking, I don't know. 12 team, half PPR, 12 spot. All your favorites are taken. Rate Daniels, Alvin, Nico, Monra. Rate the team. I was like, these guys, okay. So Daniels, Alvin Kamara, man, Caleb Johnson, Nico. I like. Is that Goddard? Who is that? Goddard? I think you mean Goddard there. Hunter, Ted McMillan. Ted McMillan and Caleb Johnson for Breece Hall. Obviously, try for Kyron, for Harvey. Try that. Try Harvey and Breece Hall using Caleb and Judy, or Caleb and Ted, or Caleb, Judy, and Ted. Alvin Kamara and Ted for a Kyron, a Hendy. Love those ideas. Bajan, Achan. I shall type better in the future. Thanks. Bajan and Achan. Oh, Joshua. He has Bajan and Achan too. Let me go see Joshua's message, because, bro, Joshua, I was worried about you. I was worried about this team. Let me see here. Nick's Worthy, McMillan, B. Rob, Achan. Achan. So we said Achan was your first rounder because we didn't know. Bijan, okay, not B. Rob. Bijan Robinson, okay. Yeah, don't call him B. Rob, because B. Rob is B. Rob Jr. That's not Bijan Robinson's nickname. So you're gonna get people thinking B. Rob. All right, Bijan Robinson, Achan. There we go. Much better. Nick's Worthy. I like your team, other than I'm probably wanting to move McMillan and Judy, McMillan and Dobbins, McMillan, Ted McMillan, and Worthy for one bigger player. Adunze and McMillan. And you're going to go swinging for those second round players. Love your running backs in Bijan and Achan. I'm staying put there. I just want a big name wide receiver. And honestly, I still would trade Kittle and McMillan to go get a monster wide receiver like BTJ, and then put Kraft in the lineup, because Kraft is actually pretty crafty. So that's where my mind is at with your team. Thank you for clarifying. I should have picked up on that. My brain is fried, but B-Rob is clearly Brian Robinson Jr.'s nickname. And so I just, my fried brain right now, reading all of these messages, is pretty limited on figuring out complex puzzles. So I'm not saying the advice is not good. It's just I'm gonna, outside of the message, it's gonna be hard for me to. Dynasty 10 team 0.5 superflex rate: Mayfield, Bajan, Connor, Neighbors, Hunter, Smith, McBride, Tua, Gino, Blue, Garendo. Not a lot to trade on the bench. Olave's got little trade value. So it's a good team. Rated, I would say, probably putting, Baker probably in your starting lineup. Oh, Superflex. Okay, even better. May and Baker. Then I'm probably going to go. I don't love Connor, but I'm going to say that this team, without Benson too, right? 10 team, though, is where it's kind of tough, because I feel like it should be a little bit better. I would say probably a 7.0. It needs something. I'm not a huge fan of Connor as your running back too, and then your quarterbacks are solid, but I'm sure some people have better QBs. Maybe Tua or Gino. It's a 10-man, so maybe no one's trading for a quarterback, but maybe you can get Smith upgraded or Connor upgraded slightly, even to a Harvey. Connor to a Harvey by giving up Gino or Tua to a Kyron, obviously. Reese Hall would even be intriguing. Thank you for the super chat. 12-team half PPR, Dak, Genty, Bucky, Higgins, Pickens, Ingram, Hendy, benches, Ridley. A great running back stable, and Genty, Irving, and Hendy, my boy. And I don't love T. Higgins, so I would definitely trade him. I love Pickens. So maybe Higgins and Ridley from the bench. Scatterboo might gain value later, but I don't know. You kind of got to stand down for now. MHJ would be a good target. Garrett Wilson, those are within reach for Higgins, especially if you throw Ridley in. Maybe go a little higher if you can. But that's what I'm focusing on with that team, is just trading Higgins, and you don't have much yet until you get that type of trade done. So thank you for that. And then the final super chat. Thank you all for waiting. Appreciate you all. And I'll still answer them in order in which they're received, but we're going to start a draft. Actually, let's start it right now. Go into the Underdog app. Okay, we're going to go into the Puppy 4. Don't click it yet, but we're going to pull up the Puppy 4, and we're going to sit there, and we're going to be on the 22nd. For those that don't have Underdog downloaded yet, make sure you use the link that's pinned in the live chat. The link is in the description of the video. I'm going to drop the link one more time in the live chat. Make sure you get on over to the mother freaking Patreon, or the Patreon. I'm so my brain is fried. Get on over to the Patreon. The Patreon link's in the description of the video. But make sure you get on over to Underdog with that link so that you can get that 50% match on your first deposit. So appreciate you all dropping fire tonight. So Puppy 4, ready? Go ahead and click on the green button in 10 seconds. We're going to jump into a Puppy 4. A 12-team half PPR spot, 12 spot. All your favorites are taken. Rate my team. Daniels, Caleb already did that one. So I think we're all caught up on the super chat. So now we can go over to the draft. Hit that green button, jump in, and we'll jump straight into the draft. Let me pull it up on the screen here. Let me find the Puppy 4. Where are you, Puppy 4? Man, I want Taco Bell again. It was not a good idea last night. And I ate my meatball sub that you guys see on my Instagram. So I don't have any of those food items available. So I'm trying to think, like In-N-Out's open until 1:30. That's actually not too bad. All right, let's see. We're drafting from the... Whoa! Oh! This is from the draft earlier on Sleeper. So the Patreon League, let's talk about the Patreon League real quick. If anybody drops the super chat, it'll be answered in order in which it was received. To get into the Patreon draft, here's going to be the skinny on it. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow, but you're going to have a little bit of an early advantage now. Not that you'd actually necessarily technically have an early advantage to get a spot. Hold on, what pick am I? 2? Can't even see that I'm on the clock. Bajan. I hate saying Bajan. I want to start a petition to change it back. I want everybody to just I want to scrub that conversation happened. I don't think it's fair to us that we have to endure that just because Bajan decided to wait 3 years to tell us. It really kind of pisses me off. Let's see if we can expand this. It really does piss me off. All right, so the Patreon League, this is how it works. Those that are going to be considered for a spot in the Patreon League are going to be individuals that have the year-long membership on the Patreon. When you buy it a year up front, it saves you like 2 months practically when you purchase it. So, just having it won't get you a spot, because what we're going to do is some sort of randomization of those that have it. Okay, so let's say X number of people are signing up on the Patreon right here, and if you already have it, then you qualify. So if we have, like, let's say 5 people tonight that jump on the Patreon, that's a tall 5, that jump on the Patreon and they get the year-long membership, then those 5 people will be thrown into the bucket. And the bucket will have all of these people in it that have the Patreon. So if there's 20 of them, whatever, we will then do a randomization for spots for the 10 spots available. Travis is one of them. I'm one of them. And there's 10 open spots. Now, once the 12 are full, once we're full, the additional people, so let's say this is a 40 number, and 11 or 10 go in here, so we have 30 left. Then we will create, even if we need to create 2 leagues, let's say this gets to a number that is 44 people that get the year-long membership on Patreon. We will divide this into 2 spillover leagues that aren't, they're kind of the JV league. They're not going to have a prize. You're going to jump in, you're going to get into these leagues, and then the winner of these leagues, the one that has the highest score. So like if the winner, if there's a winner in this league and a winner in this league, whoever has the highest score in that Super Bowl will be deemed the winner. That winner will be guaranteed a spot next year in the draft. These spillover leagues won't be drafted live. This draft will be drafted live. And this is going to be the Garrett Wilson draft. So, and there should be a prize, autographed Garrett Wilson jersey or something else that I'll deem to be the prize later. So that's going to be how it works. We'll talk about it more. But those of you to qualify, get the year-long Patreon membership. Let me see. I'm on the clock here. Let's go with go with Kyron here. So the Patreon membership right here, Patreon. Those with the year-long membership will qualify. Here is the link to the Patreon. If you're already on the Patreon, then it's no sweat off you, and you're saving money. And the draft will probably be maybe this Saturday. The spillover drafts won't be, but the draft will probably be this Saturday night. So let me just make that abundantly clear too. You're going to want to be available, or I might be able to do it. Yeah, it's going to have to be Saturday. It's going to be Saturday, probably around like either, I could probably do it around 6 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern, right around that territory. So you guys are going to have to be around for the draft. I can't move the date. Smitty, I got to babysit. Like, it doesn't matter. So you got to understand, it's probably going to be Saturday. We can't do Sunday. It's going to be Saturday. Sunday has got another draft planned. And that's the Mars Man draft, or the Moon Man draft. Although, Monday is Labor Day too. Yeah, we're gonna keep it Saturday. We're gonna spread it out. We're not gonna do 2 back-to-back live draft shows. It's Saturday. It is what it is. You're out at the clubs or whatever, then you can draft. But join the Patreon. The link is in the live chat. I'll drop it one more time. There's the link. Those that are signed up on the year up front membership, which saves you money too, because I think you get like 2 months free if you do it that way. Oh God, where am I? I'm almost on the clock here, right? No. Did I time out? No, I didn't time out. Okay. I've got Bajan, Kyron, and Marvin Harrison Jr. Let me put that right there. Boom. Down at the 12 spot, we got Nakua, Henry, JD5, and Cook. Super chat from Mac. Caleb Johnson, thoughts. Judy for JSM. You talking about JCM? Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt? I would take Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt over Judy if you needed an RB. But you could say the other way around, like if you need a wide receiver, I could understand the flip side. Phone lines are open. Dial in, dial in, dial in. Very short questions today. I'm drafting.
Call into the show.
Full
Call
team
into the
breakdowns
show.
on the phone line right now. Okay, on the clock. What we got here? I'll go RJ Harvey here. So I got Bijan Robinson, Kyron Williams. Mute yourself real quickly, please, and I'll be right with you. Mute yourself real quickly. I'll be right with you. On the clock again. Man. Anyone heard from Gump lately? I mean, he called in like 5 times like 2 days ago, bro. So there's nothing wrong with him. Bijan, Kyron, MHJ, Harvey, Travis Hunter, feeling pretty good about that squad. That's looking pretty sweet. Looking pretty stellar on that front. Mute yourself real quickly, caller. Appreciate you. All right, let me head over to the phone line here. 336. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Dan. I'm from North Carolina.
Dan?
Jay.
Jay? What?
Yes, sir.
Jay. Okay.
Jay.
Jay, what can I do for you?
Okay, so I'm in a fantasy draft, right? And this is my first year ever doing it. And I have a team. I'm just asking, like, what you think I should, like, do here with it, because it's probably not the best thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for me. It's gonna be hard for me to do a full team breakdown, like I said before I open the phone lines, man. Just because I'm in the middle of a draft. But hit me with a couple things, and I'll try and help you tweak something. But I can't really do it.
So
my brain's not gonna be able to do it right now. It's mush at this point.
My running back room is probably where my weak spot is, because I have Henry and Pollard as my running back.
Yeah.
And then I just picked up Jordan Mason off the waivers and Brandon Allen off waivers.
Mason's great on waivers. Okay.
Yeah, and then my wide receiver room, I have Lamb, St. Brown, and Higgins.
Okay. Lamb, St. Brown, and T. Higgins?
Yeah, Higgins is in my flex right now. And then I have Judy on my bench.
So Pollard, T. Higgins, maybe could be something you maybe try and maneuver for like a Breece Hall.
Okay.
I mean, you're not going to get much. Say, Harvey. Can you get Harvey using that same thing?
I probably could, because I definitely do need some help.
And you could always, you could always throw Judy in. Throw Judy in.
Throw Judy in with Higgins.
Sure.
All right.
Pollard, Judy, Higgins for.
So, based on what I see, how would you think I did in like my first draft? How do you think I did?
I mean, it's again, I'm kind of like unable to fully absorb it all as I draft here, but it sounds like you did fairly well. You got Henry, Lamb, St. Brown, T. Higgins. Who's your quarterback?
I have Mayfield.
Yeah, I mean, you're lacking something to be the best team in the league. I can tell you that, but it's still a pretty solid squad. I don't hate it, bro.
Oh.
Sounds pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think you did bad.
This is my first year, and I kind of just
Like, let me show you on the board real quickly, and then I got to run. Let's say you take Lamb chops, and you trade CD Lamb, and you trade him in for, let's call it London and
Drake
and Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's say you took Henry and traded him into Hendy, or even just did one of these, Hendy and MHJ or something. Like, all of a sudden your team looks a lot deeper. But you don't necessarily have to do those. You could try and trade T. Higgins and Pollard, or T. Higgins and Judy, or T. Higgins and something else, to try and get into just a slightly better RB. Like, if you got Breece Hall or Harvey using Pollard and T. Higgins, That might be all you need.
Mhm.
Then all of a sudden I like your team. But you could divide and conquer those two, Henry and Lamb. Just make sure you're getting two monsters. You know, in your mind.
Gotcha.
Let's say you could get Hendy and London for Henry and something small like Pollard. I'd take Hendy and London over Pollard. I'd do that all day. Henry and Pollard. All right, you gotta go, bro. Appreciate you. Call back
No,
later.
thank you.
Yeah. Travis, you're live. Then I'll go over to Scotty Dew, then over to the 281. But Scotty and 281, please stay muted real quickly, and then I'll be right with you. And then
Go to those first.
okay, what piece could I mix with Hall to get Bucky? Sick Nasty, I don't know what you got. Can you give me a? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what players you did. You list your players?
I got his team right here.
Okay.
He's got Monty, BTJ, London, Hawkinson, MHJ, Golden, Jaden Blue, Sean Tucker, Marvin Mims.
Yeah.
Pitts.
I mean, I don't think you want to throw any of those big guys in. So I don't know that there's anything. It's like you got a like a DK or something, or a Ted McMillan, or I mean, you're looking at his roster. What do you think he could throw in with Hall to get Bucky? It doesn't sound like it's easy with what he has.
It'd have to be like someone high on Matthew Golden.
Yeah.
Maybe if he sent an MHJ out with Hall, that's something else.
Yeah, might have to be a 2 for 2, bro. I don't think you're going to be able to pull off a non-2 for 2. There's nothing there. All right, hold on 1 second. Let me get to these super chats real quickly. 12 team, 2 flex, QB Mahomes, wide receiver Lamb, Rice, Abuka, Godwin, Hollywood. I'm on the clock real quickly. Hold on. What I got here? I'm going to time out here, so I'm going to take Evan Ingram. I got Evan Ingram and Laporta and Bo Nix. I kind of bully tight ended that, but I don't mind it. But I have a great. It's advantageous to do such a thing. I do need another receiver. Kind of thin here at wide receiver. The wide receivers got ripped off the board in crazy fashion. Just crazy fashion. I do like Luther Burden here. Do I go Mims? I'm going to go Mims. I like Luther Burden, but Mims is the number 2. Sutton just said it. He was a top 7 wide receiver the final 6 games of the year. I'm going to take this wide receiver room into it with this tight end room, the quarterback room, and then the 3 RBs, Harvey, Kyron, and Bijan. Freaking fantastic. All right, real quickly, 12 team PPR 2 flex, QB Mahomes, Lamb, Rice, Ibuka, Godwin, Royals. Royals is this is a tough starting lineup if you got Royals in there. I don't know if you're listing it that. It seems like you're listing as your starting lineup, but Aaron Jones traded Kyron Williams, I think you mean, and Hunt for Kamara, Little Bill, and Sharps. I wouldn't have done that. As much as I love Little Bill and Sharps, they're not guaranteed. As of this moment, they're not guaranteed anything right now. Could this turn out for you? Sure. But so could buying a $300,000 house for $500,000 if it turns into a $600,000 house. But it doesn't mean you didn't get ripped off at the fair market value. So Kyler Williams, a.k.a. Kyron, is just, in my opinion, worth more than this. But at the same time, if you believe in Kamara, I don't think Kamara lasts the year at an elite level. I think he gets banged up or slows down, or like Joe Mixon. But I could be wrong. Maybe he has one more great year. Maybe Little Bill is better than Kyron Williams all year. I mean, anything can happen. Or Charbonnet could be better. So at the end of the day, let me just again say this: don't go flipping these guys for nothing because you think I don't like the players involved. I do like the players involved. The players involved are really, really good. Mute yourself real quickly. I'll be right with you. The players involved are really good, and this certainly could work out, but your fair market value at the time of trade was not good. But I still like the players. Sharps could be the best player in the deal, but right now he's not valued anywhere near this. So, if this is me, I'm trying to get out of the Godwin and Royals and Hollywood. If that's in your lineup, that's probably not in your lineup. Let's see here. 2 flex. Lamb, Rice, Igbuka. Yeah, it looks like that's probably not. You're not touching. You're just listing them. Okay. Hollywood, Royals, Aaron Jones, Stevenson. Man, what your running backs are Aaron Jones, Stevenson, and Brashard Smith to go along with Sharps and Little Bill and Kamara, though. I don't know. I wouldn't have done that trade if I was you. But I would have tried to acquire Sharp still. But that is a tough one. You could recover from it, though. You just need Charbonnet to go ham, bro. To get in there. And I promise you, it can earn the value. It's just you overpaid. Hold on one second. Let me draft real quickly. Wide receivers are being raptured from the board. This ain't even fair. We'll go with Hank the Tank. Go with Tootin. Jamar Chase, Jacobs, Taylor, Hunter, Burrow at 1.1. Chase, Jacobs, Taylor, Hunter, Burrow. I love Hunter. I love Burrow. I love Chase. Craig, if you've been following me at all, you know that I'm avoid Jacobs, avoid Taylor both. But I mean, it's a good team. I mean, on paper, it's a really good team, and you could trade, those running backs pretty easily. But you don't have to. If you like them, trust your gut. Drafted HNB, AJB, JSN, Hendy, DK, Mahomes, Igbuka, Ingram, Mixon, Debo, Javante. Kept AJB and HN going in. Thoughts? Yeah, I like it. I think it's good. I think you've got nice depth. You could maybe trade Mixon and maybe a JSN and Mixon for like a slight upgrade, a AJB and Mixon for a slight upgrade. Go get that London or BTJ type player. You could also maybe do that with DK as well. And Mixon, obviously, if you could trade Debo and Mixon for like a Breece Hall or a Kyron, I would 100% do that, or a Hampton or a Harvey, etc., etc. 12-team, Dak, thank you for the super chat. Dak, Gibbs, Breece, Hampton, Hendy, JCM, Ollie Gordon, BTJ, Jaden Reed, Coleman, Ibuka, Horton, Burden. Would you trade Gibbs for Lamb? It's Reed for Mims. I'd take Mims. Breece for Pickens. I'd take Pickens. And as far as the Lamb for Gibbs, they're identical in value, essentially. And if you traded Gibbs and got a wide receiver, it's kind of like I don't want to say a wash in your lineup, but you'd have an opportunity to maybe start Breece, right? I imagine this is what you're thinking, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Lamb, but I love both of them. You'd have Igbuka, BTJ, Igbuka, Lamb. And then you'd have Hampton, Hendy, Breece, Dak. I don't think it's like almost like you could just move it around a little bit. I think it's the same. I'd probably say give me Lamb if it's full PPR, but it's really close, bro. Either way, you have a championship team there. It's not like one way is going to make you lose. All right, callers, hang tight. I just got to draft this pick here, and then I'll go right to the phone line. So just wait 1 second. I got solid RBs. You guys are sniping the quarterbacks left and right, so I might as well go Cam Ward here just to get a second quarterback. Jeez, man. So they're bye week 10 and 12. I got Nix and Ward. I got Bajan, Kyron, RJ Harvey, Tank Bigsby, Tootin. Woo! I've got MHJ, Travis Hunter, Marvin Mims. It's pretty good. And then Sam Laporta, Evan Ingram. That's a squad. Little light at wide receiver 3. I get it. I know what time it is. I know what time it is. And honestly, it's time to swing. Swing away, Muriel. And we're going to grab our boy Dante Thornton, who really looks good. Kid looks so like raw and green, but still amazing. Like I can't wait to see what he can potentially get going with a little bit of consistency and tender love and care. Thoughts on my team: 14-man, 0.5, Bo Nix, London, Sutton, Chase, Brown, Ja'Cory Krosky, Merritt, Tyler Warren, Benson, Sharps, Mims, Strange. 14 teams are rough, bro, and it's hard to like grasp, that and be like, oh yeah, that's why it. Chase Brown, London, Sutton, Nix. I mean, it got thin for you. Usually somebody's got like one more big gun on this, but Bo Nix, London, Sutton, Chase Brown, and then it's Ja'Cory Krosky, Merritt. And I'm not saying this can't happen, and I probably just wait. There's nothing for you to do. What are you going to trade Chase Brown and divide him into two players? Who's going to even have two players in a 14 team? Like I don't think you're just waiting on Benson and Sharps, and Mims is pretty good, so you'll be fine there. Benson and Sharps and Ja'Cory Krosky, Merritt, one of those guys will step up for you, and so you're kind of in a holding pattern. That will bring you into that like 8.0 range if you get one of those guys to pop, but you're going to obviously need that. All right, let me go over to Scotty Do. Scotty Do, you're live. Then I'll go over to 281, and then I'll go over to the 202. So, Scotty Do, you're live. Hello? Hello?
Ready?
Yeah, Scotty, we're waiting for you. Hello, Scotty. All right, you're gonna have to call back, Scotty. I don't know what you're doing over there. Let me see real quick. Okay, is this Scotty Do? No, it's not Scotty Do. 903. Just hold real quickly. I'll be right with you. Let me go over to the 281. You're live.
Yo, what's up, Smitty?
What's up?
I'm just calling in to see if you got time to see how my team is. If not, I can call in some other time. I know you're.
I mean, read it off real quick. I can't write it down, and I'm not gonna be able to absorb everything. But go ahead, read it off as fast as you can.
It's a super flex. My
Okay.
QBs are Michael Penix, Drake May, and who's my last one? Geno Smith. And then my wide receivers are Brian Thomas Jr., Cortland Sutton, Emeka Ibuka, Debo Samuel, Rashee Rice. Running backs are Jahmyr Gibbs, RJ Harvey, and then I got Tyrone Tracy and DeAndre Swift on the bench.
Okay. I like it.
All right.
I tried to absorb it all. Who are the running backs one more time?
Jahmyr Gibbs, RJ Harvey are the 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then on my bench, I got Tyrone Tracy and Swift.
Yeah, okay. I like it, bro. It's a good squad.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Smitty.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Have a good one.
All right, I'm gonna time out. Dang it. Yeah, I can't even like absorb it on the clock and just 202. You're live.
Yo,
The
Smitty, how's it going,
whole
man?
team thing isn't gonna really work, bro. So you get me a focalized question if you can. I know it's not what everybody wants.
So I had an offer today, and I was in a situation where I felt like my team was pretty loaded. The 10 man had PPR. I didn't want to overcorrect myself. I had Ibuka, and I was offered RJ Harvey and Marvin Mims.
I'm fine with that. I mean, it could work out either way. Like if you called me up and said the opposite, I had RJ Harvey and I traded him for Ibuka, I'd be like, they're both so good, bro.
Right.
Rookie of the year capable.
Exactly. And the main reason I didn't go for it was because I feel like I did pretty good with my bench. I got Pickens, Samuel, Ibuka, Bigsby, Etienne, Downs, and Drake May. So I kind of stayed put, and the dude kind of got 2 feet and rescinded the trade offer.
And so you kept Harvey then, you're saying?
No, I had Ibuka. He wanted to
Okay.
give me Harvey and Marvin Mims, and he wanted to get Ibuka for me.
Yeah, I mean, I could go either way on it. The truth is, I mean, the truth is, you like Ibuka is safer because we're still awaiting the potential Chase Brown unveiling. Chase Brown week 1, Chase Brown week 2, Chase Brown week 3. Where is he? Smitty, you're wrong on Chase Brown. Here I'm yelling like a fool at Chase Brown all offseason. He doesn't show up till week 4. But when he showed up, he showed up. So, I mean, we have that potential. But I don't think it's going to be the case. But we have the potential. He could fumble the ball in practice and Sean Payton be like, yeah, because he's not deemed anything yet. And you never know. It could be a week 4 unveiling. But I don't think it will be. And Ibuka is the number 2 wide receiver and a dog. So either way, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I love Buka. Buka might be our best call of the year. So either way, you're good.
And I feel the same. And just to give you more context, I had pick 7, and I ended up. I know you can't absorb it all, but I ended up getting Bo Nix, Jahmyr Gibbs, Ashton Genty, Garrett Wilson, Matt McConkey, Njoku, Henderson, and my flex. And yeah.
All right, man. Well, good job. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it, bro. And I don't know if you have more time, but I did have an auction draft today too, and I kind of wanted to get some advice on that.
Yeah, I can't do the whole team breakdown, like I said. So if you got a question on it, specific question. Otherwise, we're just, I'm not even hearing it. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. So right now, I feel like I have a good team, but I'm missing something in this other league. I have my RB1, Hubbard as my RB2. My starting wide receivers are Mike Evans and Garrett Wilson, and I have Travis Hunter in the flex.
Bro, I just said I wouldn't be able to hear your whole team, and I don't even know what you said. Like I'm in the middle of drafting and trying to do a live stream. I can't hear it. Like, what's the specific question? I mean, it's like, yeah, no problem. Okay, let me just read out my team for you real quick. It's like, I know everybody wants me to do that, but I can't. I can't do full team breakdowns while I got super chats coming in, while I'm doing a draft, while I'm organizing the phone calls. The phone calls are coming in. I'm putting them on hold, and I got people reading off their team. I can't take it in. I can't.
Okay.
So
Well,
hit me with a question.
All right, Hubbard's my RB2. I don't have much depth at running back, and I'm wondering what I could do to solidify my.
I'm not going to be able to know how to do it without your team, so I don't know. Call in tomorrow when we're a little bit in a different position, all right? And I'll help you tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, or the Patreon. Yeah, the Patreon. If you're on the Patreon, bro, right when the draft ends, I go straight to the Patreon. Right when the show ends.
Sweet.
So I don't know if you have the Patreon. It's only $10, bro.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it? Okay. What's your name on the Patreon, bro?
King.
Okay. All right, I'll look for you on the Patreon.
Post it now.
Post it now. Travis will help out, and as soon as the draft's over, I'll chime in. That's the great part about the Patreon, is as soon as any show's over, I go straight over. Travis is in there a lot of the time, and then we're in there in and out all day, and then the whole community helps. Just make sure you post everything under one message. Like, post your first message and any other additional graphics or anything. Just click on it and post it underneath it. Embed it. Don't nest it. Don't have like 10 different messages or no one's gonna reply to you, because it's just all over the place. All right, bro.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, I'll help you in there. So will Travis. All right, later, bro.
Cool.
And really, anyone right now who wants like a team looked at, it's not just you or me. It's like the whole entire chat will chime in, give you advice and what they think.
Can I just say something? I don't know what happened in this draft, but whenever we draft together, something weird happens. It's like wizard sorcery, but there are no wide receivers left at all, and that can't be because there's also a lot of RBs that got taken. You're looking at the board, it's colorful, but it's crazy. The wide receivers that are normally there in the like 15th round were all gone. It's wild.
That's odd. Troy Franklin, Alex Pierce, even off the board.
It's insane. Like Chisholm was, already gone. He's always here. Pat Bryant went at 162. Royals was gone at one. Like these guys have just got ripped off the board. A.M. Manor was gone in the 15th round. I mean, this is wild. But team worked out pretty good. I don't know if it's my favorite team ever assembled, but it looks pretty damn good. I think. Bijan Robinson, or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my team. Okay. Bijan Robinson, Kyron Williams, I'm sorry, not RJ Harvey yet. MHJ, then RJ Harvey, then Travis Hunter, then Laporta, Slap, Nix. God, my brain's so fried I can't even speak. Nix, Ingram, Mims, Bigsby, Tootin. God, can't even think. I don't even know what I'm saying. I mean, I know what I'm saying, but where am I at? Then it went Tootin. So Cam Ward, Thornton, Horton, Mitchell, Gesicki, A.D. Mitchell, and Yoshi Voss. So a pretty solid team. I mean, in my starters would be Bo Nix, Bijan, Kyron, Harvey. Then I got Bigsby, Tootin, Keith Mitchell, MHJ, Travis Hunter, Marvin Mims. I was going to try and pair Pat Bryant, but I didn't. I had no idea he was going to go at 162 when he goes in like the 200s. Dante Thornton, Horton. I mean, it's a good team. And then my tight ends are crazy. I got Laporta, Ingram, and Gesicki. So pretty solid. I like the squad a lot. I don't think I can do another draft, though. All right, where are we at? And I can't take any more phone calls either, guys. I'm sorry. Phone lines are closed. I'm spent for the night. This is how long we've been live. We're at we're about 2.5 hour live stream. We're at 3.5 hour the one before this. So I'm zonked. Let me see if there's another phone caller on hold. I think there is. A 903, you're live. What can I do for you? You're the final phone caller. We'll put Scotty Dew on because you got hung up on. Scotty, mute yourself real quickly. You're the last phone caller. All right, go ahead to the other guy. 903, you're live. What's your name and where are you calling from? 903.
What's up, Smitty? This is Caden, Texas. I'll be real quick. I got a Dynasty full PPR 10 team. I traded Egbuka, which I fucking hate, but I traded Egbuka and Loveland for Puka. I'm a big contender.
Yeah.
It hurts my heart to get rid of Egbuka, but do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, I mean, you had to do that. Puka's, risky, sure, but that's comparatively at his ADP. I love Buka. Now, is there a world where Buka is? We got to keep in mind. I'm not saying you count on it, nothing like that. But is there a world where Buka does what BTJ did and he outscores, monsters? Sure, but Puka, you got to count on Puka in this context. Yeah, I'm fine with this trade. Surprised that now tight end. You said tight end premium though.
No tight end.
Okay,
and I already have Warren and Njoku.
Yeah. I mean, you had to do that.
That's how I felt.
It sucks though. And it's a redraft.
I know. No, Dynasty.
Okay, Dynasty. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I probably would have done it because you can win money now. He's going to be fine for you. Puka's great. This would be wild if you didn't do it, and let's say Puka doesn't. He is good, but he doesn't deliver near the. Right. You have to do this trade. But I get it. I get how painful it would be. And Loveland and Buka, they're both really good dynasty prospects. What did the league say? I bet you the league didn't like it. They liked Puka's side more.
I had a couple friends. They're like, I'm the number one team by a long shot. I'm kind of the Titan in there, and any trade I do, they're on my head about it. So they were actually taking. They said I got destroyed. That they said you got destroyed.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, okay, but then again, I don't think they know ball. So
yeah, I mean, look, I'd be lying to you if I didn't say I'm hesitant to try and plant a flag against this side of the trade, just because I mean. I do believe there is a chance that Egbuka is literally a top 5 to 10 wide receiver in the league. but it's still not there yet. And Puka is, and I don't know. It's so tough, bro.
If Puka's a top 8 wide receiver, then it's probably worth it for him because that's enough to put a team over the top. You never know what happens with the rest of your team, but I mean, he obviously took a risk because he traded 2 guys that could be top 10 at their position.
Yeah.
But if Puka does what he's supposed to do, even for 14 or 15 weeks, or 12 weeks, it's probably worth it.
I mean, before,
replaced, because I have Warren starting, so essentially my starter went from Garrett Wilson, who's now on my bench, and now I replaced him with Puka.
Yeah. I like it, bro. Nice work. I mean, I
appreciate it, man.
I hate it and I like it at the same time. All right, later, bro.
No, me too, bro.
All right, later. Yeah, I don't know. That could go either way. All right, Travis, anything else?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, in a dynasty, Achane, would you trade him for like the 1.02 or 1.03? I know before you had said probably not, but with the injury concern, that's something you consider.
Let's take a look at it. Let's go to the rookie draft selection trade board. And let's see where Achane is at. So Achane, if we're talking about draft picks, we throw Achane essentially into the rookie draft and we're drafting just rookies, right? Am I taking Genty over Achane? Yes, I am. Am I taking Hendy over Achane? Yes, I am. Am I taking Hampton over Achane?
That's where I start to waver a little. But
it's in between the Hampton, Harvey, Ibuka. Like it's it's close. I think everybody's in a little bit of a little rattled state because of this calf, and they're forgetting how amazing he is. They're forgetting that pre-calf injury, he could be the running back one. Everybody was on board. I think only Genty and Hendy are locks. I would say it's like, I'll put it like right on this third spot, but slightly off it just because you've got so many options. Now, do I know what option's better than him? The answer is no, which is why I might take him as the third player. Mm-hmm. But if you give me the range of players, like I have, if you give me Hampton, Ibuka, and Harvey, and I can, and you say, will Achane be better than all three of them? The answer is no. But do we know which one? And so that's why Achane could go 3. But he's not better than the entire field, even if we're just trying to find the best one in the field that's left. It's close, man. I mean, Achane's so good. He's still young. If everyone's just so worried about this calf, they're letting it influence him a little too much.
Yeah. And would you give up Achane and Cook to get Genty?
Yep. Absolutely. Uh-huh.
And last one I had, I'll let you go. Where would you be taking JCM in a rookie draft? Got to be in the first round. I think he could potentially be a top 15 back.
JCM in the first round. Let's plot him.
I mean, you got the 4 running backs in Hunter, then Ibuka, so that's 6. There's Warren, at McMillan. That would be 8 players. If you get past them, is there? Maybe I'm missing someone.
You're still looking at like a guy like Tootin. You're still looking at, but I mean, in a vacuum, it's Krosky, Merritt. Do I think Tootin could be just as good or overtake him? Like, sure, but I don't know that we can assume that now because Tootin's not in the starting role. He's a degree of separation away from that, even competing. And Krosky Merritt's likely in the driver's seat for the starting gig in one of the best offenses in the league. I would say right here at this, 9 to 10, even 8. Even if you wanted to go 8, 9, 10, I'm fine. I'm fine with liking.
I was going to say, passing Ted McMillan and Tyler Warren, you have them ahead of Krosky Merritt still.
In a non-tight end premium, I could go Krosky Merritt over Warren, but I think we're right there. I could easily argue any one of the three. Ted McMillan, Warren, Krosky Merritt, all really, really close. I don't think there's a way to really, come down to team need maybe at that point to become the best player. I mean, Krosky Merritt he's still a little unproven, so we got to be careful. But then again, it's like if it's not tight end premium, I'm hard pressed to draft a tight end in round 1 anyway because I'm just a running back connoisseur. And so, like, Tootin is still somebody I'm strongly considering, but I do love Warren. I don't love his situation long term. I like his situation a little bit because I think they'll pepper him with targets. But, what about the touchdowns? What about? Yeah, but I'd probably say 9. 9 is a safe place. 9 to 10.
Or Golden. Someone's asking Golden or JCM.
We'll see. Golden's looking better, I'll admit, but I still don't trust Love. I don't know.
Situation.
The whole thing just smells. I don't know. I go Krosky Merritt over Golden right now, but that could change. All right, Travis. We'll see you later. Later, bro.
Yeah, thanks, Smitty.
Yep. All right, let me hit these super chats here. We got how many? 415 still in the building. Only 204 thumbs up. You can do better than that. Those are rookie numbers. Ramirez, thank you for your super chat. BT, appreciate you with the super. And then Pix, appreciate your super chat. Let's see. 12-man. Hampton, Knicks, Hampton, Gibbs, London, JSN, Hall, Agbuka, Mims, JCM, Debo, Keenan Allen, Kyle Pitts, Arroyo. Yeah, I mean, this team's good, bro. What am I trying to do? Hall and Debo for a monster. JCM and Debo for a mini monster. Hall and Debo for Bucky. Genty. Hall and Debo for Lamb. BTJ. London. Debo JCM for Hendy. Debo JCM for Kyron. I like your team though. Definitely could win with it. I don't think you have to make a move, but London, JSN, and Breece Hall and Gibbs and Hampton Knicks. I mean, this is definitely 8.0. I don't want me giving you suggestions doesn't mean you need to make a trade. Trade Bucky and Andrews for Brock Bowers, Harvey, or Terry McLaurin. Harvey or Terry McLaurin. I'd rather have Harvey, just to put it bluntly. So Brock Bowers and Harvey for Bucky and Andrews. In a redraft, I would say I lean toward Bucky. In a dynasty, I want Bowers and Harvey. Full PPR, my running backs are Chase Brown, K9. Wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, that's a tough call, though. And then Ramirez with the final super chat of the night, 12-team PPR. JD5, Genty, Tracy, Garrett Wilson, BTJ, Ingram, Agbuka, Hunter, Benches, Ward, B-Rob Jr., Ray Davis, Slayton, Garendo. Suggestions, 2 Jaguar wide receivers. I don't care about the 2 Jaguar wide receivers. I like your team a lot. I think if it's, the only thing you got to try and do is upgrade that Tracy spot. Now, you might like him, but I certainly don't love him because he lost the job last year and they drafted Scatterboo. Now, if you could get Scatterboo using, like, let's say the person ironically has Christian McCaffrey, you could trade them both the backups for that. James Cook owner maybe has him. You could trade him Ray Davis, obviously something. Cam Ward's interesting piece if anybody needs a QB. I don't know what you could do, though, to get Scatterboo very easily because his owner probably wants him. You can maybe look to trade Tracy to that owner and give them something else in order to grab another player. But I mean, I love Genty. I love the entire team. I am very much interested in potentially getting upgrade at RB because I don't know if Tracy's the guy. Unless you got Scat, you get Scat somehow. I'm hopeful that it could work out for you. But I'm trying to think if you could even go to the CMC owner and see what they have. And worst case scenario, maybe you're trading like Garrett Wilson. I mean, you're rolling with BTJ, Hunter, and Ibuka. I would probably trade Garrett Wilson and Tracy for one better RB. That's what I'm doing. Tracy and BTJ could get you. That could get you Bucky. You already got Genty. That could get you Hendy. I'm probably going after those two. Garrett Wilson and Tracy for Hendy or Bucky. Maybe Kyron. Then all of a sudden your team is balanced and you still got great wide receivers. Appreciate you, Ramirez. Thank you all for the super chats. You guys are absolutely amazing. I'm out of here. I'll see you all tomorrow. I give you the Supernovas for 2025. They have changed. Not changed. Additions have been made.
There are handfuls of Saturn, Mars, and Moon men, but only 8 can be supernovas. I give you the 8 best picks in fantasy football.
They are the 8 supernovas. They are the 8 supernovas. The hateful 8 supernovas. I'm looking at the 8 supernovas.
Actually, you're looking at the 11.
Supernovas. The magnificent 11.
The 11.
Liftoff of mission 41D, the first flight of the orbiter Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
See you all tomorrow. Don't forget to get on over to the Patreon. The Patreon. Do it live. Patreon link is right here. I'll drop it one more time in the live chat. I'll be over there right now. In fact, I'm typing right now. Thank you to my moderators tonight. Appreciate you. Going over to the Patreon right now, and I'm typing, hey, all, any post graveyard show topics. Boom. Dropped it. See you all on the Patreon right now. That link is in the live chat. See you all later.